This is the Hills Footy League. Match of the day.
Yes, hello everyone. Great to be on board with you once again for the vibe of Hills football and another edition of the Call of the Wild. Jeff Bastol and the team with you as the Dreammaker Caravan Studio has returned to German Arms Oval in Hahndorf for today's Hills Division 1 Round 10 A-grade clash between the hosting Magpies and the Blackwood Football Club. And, of course, the live stream today coming through our sponsor, Chris Shaw Accounting. And once again, we issue a big welcome to those listeners on board through Lofty 88.9 FM. Well, after making the journey last week up to Karoonda to team up with the RMFL TV boys, it's great to be back home here on home soil. And, well, looking a little bit sun-tanned from his Mallee visit is Benjamin Goldfinch. Good afternoon, Benny.
Yes, great to be here. Pistols back in the hills, and we've got certainly hills conditions today from Hahndorf. Very much looking forward to this top three clash today. Pistols, Blackwood up against Hahndorf, and of course a special day for Hahndorf, and also Blackwood earlier in the season celebrated 30-year premiership reunion, and today Hahndorf 20 years since their A-grade premiership in 2001, and also 50 years since 1971 B-grade premiership. So plenty happening today from Hahndorf.
No doubt there'll be some tall tales told. The goals will get longer, the marks will get higher throughout the day, that's for sure. And, of course, joining us and keeping his usual astute eyes on proceedings is a very happy cat man, Robbie Sheward. G'day, Rob.
G'day, boys. Good to be here as usual. I've missed the last couple of weeks, but, yeah, watched you perform last week on Facebook, Call of the Wild page, and, yeah, great in the league game, and the week before the Nan Loby game looked pretty good too, so just hoping that, you know, we've got another cracker here today.
And, of course, with us throughout the afternoon, he's back on deck. Will be Indy Rogers riding solo today with the stats. Jaden J. Hill unable to be with us, but I'm sure Indy will fill those shoes. And, of course, the award-winning Dallas Rogers will be staring down the camera viewfinder. So we trust you enjoy the coverage wherever you are this afternoon. As I said, big game here. Blackwood taking on Hahndorf, the undefeated Magpies. And, well, conditions here not too bad at the moment. Has been obviously a bit of rain over the last few days. Oval's a little bit soft in a few areas. In fact, down in front of us here in the forward pocket area in the usual spot by the cliff face, a little bit boggy to say the least. But at the moment, thankfully, the weather is holding up and the rain has abated for a while. So, yeah, so hopefully we get a good game of footy. Now, Blackwood, as we said, visiting team this afternoon. And, well, we've been lucky enough to be joined in the pre-match here on the Call of the Wild by their astute president in Chris Winchester. Chris, welcome to the Call of the Wild.
G'day, how you going? Thanks for having me.
No, our pleasure as well. So I suppose mid-season break, the Woods, well, not sitting too badly at the moment, but just tell us how you've seen the first half of the season, Chris, for the Blackwood Football Club.
Yeah, look, we've with the new coach Scott Preble, we've changed it up a little bit. Obviously, he's been well received by the club and by the players, and I think that they've responded well to his coaching. And yeah, at this stage we're looking really good, pretty confident.
And, of course, you've had a bit of a change in the guard. As said, Ryan Anderson moving on down to West Adelaide to coach the reserves. He lost a few senior players, but your recruiting seems to be gone pretty well. A few guys have impressed us, particularly last week up there at the main interleague debuts. The youngsters in Oscar Hodge and also Jackson Fairman, who certainly showed they weren't out of depth, not even at A-grade level as we've seen it, but interleague level. Yeah,
no, that's right. We've got some good young fellas coming through our juniors. You know, Oscar's definitely one to keep an eye on. Yeah, no, we're looking forward to more juniors coming through, which is yeah, that's the best thing you can have, really, I think. Well,
just looking as I said, half time or halfway through the season, and the A-grade Blackwood sitting third in the reserves, which is a pretty good game at the moment for those interested. Hahndorf 7-9, slightly leading Blackwood 6-5 here, 3 minutes into the final term. And said reserves sitting third, undefeated in the senior Colts. Lost one, top of the senior Colts, second in the junior Colts. and 4th in the mini colts. So as I said, Blackwood once again that consistent performance over all the grades.
Yeah, no, we're very happy with this year. We actually had a meeting last night. We were talking about that. Yeah, we're in a good position at the moment for all grades and our women's football as well. So
Yeah, I forgot the women.
exciting times coming up, I think, for the Blackwood Footy Club. So yeah, watch out, watch the space.
Yeah, Chris, your C grades playing down the hill.
Yes.
Is there a reason behind that, or?
Oh, look, we just wanted to have a bit of a look and see what that C3 comp was like. And it is a very good comp, and it's actually given us a few tips and pointers of probably how to help the Hill C grade next year. So I'd definitely like to have many meetings with club presidents and the board to invigorate our C grade, because I truly believe that once you've got a thirds in there, your senior teams are just a lot stronger, and your club.
And you might retain a few more juniors as well.
100%. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You've got retention, after that, after those moddies going into your junior footy, and then you've got a massive retention, obviously, from your under 18s going into seniors. So, to retain an extra 33% senior players, why wouldn't you push it? The women are still playing. In the Adelaide Footy League, they're also playing Hill, so we're doing a little bit of both there. Yeah. So just more and more girls coming up. So good on you guys. Enjoy the day.
Now, before you go, you're doing the pre-match warm-up. What?
Oh, good. Ask away.
Now, as we speak, Blackwood have just kicked another goal here, Chris. So a very exciting 5.5 minutes into the last quarter. 7-9 plays 7-5, so 4-point margin to the Magpies over the Woods. Now, as I said, Blackwood, the area where you are, like people think of Blackwood being, almost semi-metropolitan, but part of the Adelaide sort of metropolitan area, playing in the Hills Comp. But really, you do struggle a bit because you're sort of wedged in between a lot of clubs. You've got Mitcham down the road, Unley, then you go the other way, you've got Marion, because Flagstaff Hill. So it's not the big area that people sort of think that you do have.
No, you're 100% right there. It's, we've got many clubs right at our doorstep, literally 10 minutes away. Obviously, we've got Ironbank just up the road, but like you said, we've got your Kenilworths, your Mitchams. It's Adelaide's a small place. From Blackwood, 20 minutes to sort of anywhere. So there are a lot of metropolitan clubs, like I said, at our doorstep. So we're not the only ones in that sort of area. So there's plenty of competition there. Our club has to work as hard as any club to make the club a better place and attract players.
I guess life's a lot easier for the Blackwood Football Club now, because I know when they came in and perhaps that thought that they were going to dominate the competition because of the size of them, and they'd actually fill full quotas in both divisions, Division 1 and of course Division 2 as it was then, and they did it for a number of years, had success, even played off in a few grand finals in the lower division. That must be, and as I said, come up with 4 sides in each division every Saturday. Must have been a hell of a pull on the resources for the club.
Yeah, well, we're in a similar boat now. We're still, with the women's footy and the amount of teams we've got. I can't remember how many teams we've got. We've got many, probably about 25, 26, including modified juniors. It's a big club, but there's a lot of great volunteers there. A lot of people pitching in, and like a lot of the other Hills clubs, we're just lucky we've got all these families and volunteers that are willing to put their hand up. So as long as you can keep doing that, it's not too much hard work. It
is quite unique, Chris. I remember back in the day, show my age here, I suppose, you go to Blackwood to play or coach, and the top goals there, you'd kick the ball and it'd go over and probably more likely land in a cow pad.
Yep.
These days you kick it and land in a swimming pool. Millionaires Rose, which just sprung up over the last decade there.
Yeah, well, that was actually originally supposed to be more ovals, so there's a bit of a controversy behind that, which I won't get into.
Mitcham Council.
No, I'm not mentioning any names. No, look, we're very lucky to have the Mitcham Council up there. Good partnership.
Yeah.
No, look, this is something that happened many years ago. The council has been wonderful to us of late, but that's right. You got Blackwood Park right next door, and
So,
growing population, real sprawl happening
so
there.
who would have thought, Chris, in the day when it was at Windy Hill out on its own, and now it's in the middle of suburbia? Next
Yeah.
you'll have people complaining about the noise from training and the lights, etc.
Oh no, they're pretty good actually. They're pretty good.
I mean, the Oval was there before they moved in.
Correct.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two have been reminded of that, but overall we've been very lucky. We've got good neighbours up there.
Now, I'll tell you one thing I love about Blackwood is the Axemen's Club and just the coterie groups you have who get behind the club. It's fantastic. And I did notice on their Facebook site, web page, the next Axemen's luncheon's fantastic. I might have a sickie that day, Rob Shearwood, and go. You got the great Michael Kingo Taylor coming up to at the Axemen's lunch. Fantastic. Of course, Nord champion and the 98 gamer at Collingwood. And, fantastic.
Yeah, no, they're good days. They book out quickly, so get online and
Might get a table for 4.
Well, we might.
hurry up.
As long as we don't get on Gotchi's table, because that'd be
Oh,
hell.
look, I'm sure he'd love to have you. No, it's always a good day, and they're a great volunteer group. They're a club within a club that has helped the club, keep financial over the years. So again,
fantastic.
we're really lucky, and it's made up of ex-players, ex-presidents, and just people that continue to love the club.
Hey, just saying that when Chris, when you said a club within the club, I had the experience. I think actually coaching against the great Mick Harper back in 1991 when Mount Lofty were actually signed to Div 2 as an A-grade side, and we actually played Blackwood in the preliminary final. So we thought that was the grand final because you had the two sort of reserve grades from Div 1 playing in the. But you sort of get to be an entity away from the main club, and that's what I'm sort of saying about your C-grade side at the moment, playing in a different comp. Did they ever get to play before the mainstream of the club?
Yeah, look, still very much a part of the club, even though they're playing in a different
They said they
comp.
played this morning?
They played this morning at 10:15 at Blackwood Oval, but
wow. President, you're up there, were you?
I was actually at work this morning, but
righto.
I generally
So you have to sleep in,
Chris
mate.
does work every now and again.
I generally do try and make the games. We've been lucky enough to slot in a lot of Friday night games after our modified, and also slot in some games after A's. So so I think today is probably the first time we've actually played on a Saturday at 10:15. So we've been pretty lucky there.
Hey, Chris, a couple of weeks ago, of course, Chunga had the indigenous round match, but your Guernsey was designed for that match, I understand, but it'll be unearthed next
Next week versus
well,
Mount
Benny
Barker.
Kermich, the band told us you were in it today.
No,
against Mount Barker, the home match.
Yeah,
home
that's
game.
right. Yeah, home game next week. I think it's great that all the clubs are really getting on board with that. It sounds like all clubs have got the Guernseys organised and are organising a welcome to country ceremony and things like that prior to the game, which is fantastic. And it's a bit of a taste, I think, of what's going to come next year. So next year will be a lot more organised, and it'll be done within a certain thing, and everyone will have their Guernseys ready.
Well, what would be fantastic if it was a coordinated whole league situation rather than clubs doing, who do a fantastic job. And I back in Torrens Valley did it in Div 2. That's brilliant. And as you said, you and the Chunga. And
I think next year it'll we're away now. We're running with it. So next year we know how long it takes to get the Guernseys in. And
we put a great video that one of the girls took on the Call of the Wild.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa.
Okay.
Having a chat to Dave Booth, who designed the Chunga's Guernsey. Yeah. Do you know much about the Blackwood design and how that came? In terms of the?
Look, I know that there's a real connection at Blackwood with the Colebrook. There was a children's, a boys' home.
as you go down Shepherd's Hill Road, where that statue is.
Right.
Yep.
Where the Fountain of Tears is. So, that's we'll have our presentation, our Guernsey presentation this Thursday for our A-grade Open Women's and our A-grade Open A-grade Men. And we'll have the full story explained to us then.
Perfect.
But I know that it does have a real connection with the local story of Blackwood.
You'll no doubt your social media people, just get them to film it and whatever, and we'll put it up on the Call of the Wild
Yeah, I'll.
Stuff like that's really good.
Yeah. No, I'll talk to Benny Koenig.
Yeah, he'll be all
you-
over it.
I'll talk
Yeah, you talk to him.
I'll talk to him at half time.
Because I might get. Yeah.
So 13 minutes gone here in the last term of the reserves game. It's a ring-a-ding-ding here, 7-10. Hahndorf leading Blackwood 7-6. So a good showing here by the Blackwood boys this afternoon. No doubt be hoping this transfers into the senior side here, Chris.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Because a pretty good game in the... it was back in round one. Obviously, both sides have changed, but only they got away from you in the last quarter. Looking at the scores from that game.
Yeah, it was a pretty close. It was a pretty close contest there until just after half time.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of positive signs there.
And of course, a lot of history between these two clubs since you come into league in 1987. Of course, on that opening round, you had your 20-year anniversary of your premiership win over 30-year. Sorry, 1991. Yep. And then they're having their 20-year anniversary of their victory over you guys. So
There you go, yeah,
And of course, 2017, a memorable grand final for you boys.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
Yeah.
very good. We're still enjoying that flag for sure, and
Well,
look forward to
why not?
another one.
So we're looking forward to this afternoon, which is actually the clash of the two most recent premiers.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, mate. Anything else you want to give a plug to come out the club?
No, I'm all good. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Yeah. Because the Blackwood Football Club, where you are at the moment, do you run it sort of during the week? You can drop in there for a beer or anything, given the huge population who live across the road now?
Yeah,
Is
look,
that their local?
it's a busy place. There's basically footy going on there every day.
Yep.
In some format,
Yep.
and as a volunteer.
Meals on Tuesday, Thursday nights, etc.
Yeah, we definitely do meals on Thursday nights, and
Yep.
we'll be looking for a bit more of that in the future. The odd Wednesday night we're doing now for the girls. They're starting to do their team selections on Wednesdays, which is really good.
Fantastic.
Bingo, mate. What about the old bingo?
Oh, I don't know about bingo. There's don't. Hey, there's actually a retired group that go in there every Wednesday, and they play carpet bowls, table tennis. So if you're looking for a bit of yes.
I tell you, with the bingo, you could get Dave Richardson to call it, but then I don't think he can count, so it wouldn't work, would it?
Well, I'm watching him umpire at the moment. No, he's doing a great job, Benno. Another great volunteer of the club. We're lucky to have them all. All right, thanks so much.
All right, Chris Winchester, Blackwood President, thanks for joining us here pre-match call on. All the best for today and the rest of the season, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, 15, nearly come up 16 minutes gone. I think next goal could win here, Goldie. So 7-10 plays 7-6 in the reserves game here at the moment. So quite an entertaining lead up to the big game here this afternoon. As I said, the clash of the last two premiers. Of course, Hahndorf sitting on top, undefeated, and Blackwood in third spot. So it's ball in the forward line here. Raced over behind. Perilously close there for Blackwood. So 3-point game at the moment. I think they move on to 7-7 to 7-10. And, while we got a bit of a moment, Benny, we could perhaps reflect back on last week and their trip up to the Mallee. And well done to the Hills Football League, the 4 teams coming home with 4 wins. And well done to the coaches, particularly Matty Golding in the Division 1 and Timmy Jenkins, the skipper. Did a power work to get guys up, bums on seats to play. And also Brett Randall in the country division side did a fantastic job as well.
Yeah, very much so. Pistols. It was a great day out at Karoonda. And of course, in the under-16 match, the Hills got over the line in that one against Mallee, coached by Rodney Maynard, quite comfortably in the end. But that's because the under-16 Hills is both divisions now. Previously, it was,
I felt a bit sorry for the poor Mallee boys. They got 6 clubs in the comp. Yeah.
Previously, they played the Div 2 Hills side, but they would have got a bit of a wake-up call there. And then the under-18s, Cooper Skinner coaching the under-18s Hills side. They won against River Murray, and then the Country Division A grade for Hills defeated, of course, the combined Mallee Riverland in a good game of football with Sam Hanna, Ben Hanna, Levi Grigg all doing well.
Bit of desperation here is Hahndorf in the wing area trying to get the ball out. What have we got? 3-point ball game at the moment. Coming out the final 2 minutes. 7-7 plays 7-10. Hahndorf locking the ball in. They've only had the 1 loss for the season coming into this game in the reserves, and Blackwood sitting in third spot. So hopefully Yeah, we see a similar tight contest in the A grade today.
Yeah.
No detraction against the Hahndorf Football Club. They've been going pretty well, although the last couple of games they've had a bit of challenge. In fact, their last home game here, as the mist drips in again, Goldie, Ureda took it up to them and led at every change, I believe.
Yes, that's right. They have been a bit vulnerable. Of course, they've won 5 or 6 games by over 100 points, but there's been the odd game too that they've been tested. For our first time today, Pistols, I reckon we go to Indy for some stats that matter. And in fact, he's got a few stats that have come through from Jaden J. Hill as well. So take it away, Indy.
Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much, Goldie and Pistols. Yeah, so another wet day after a very wet week of weather here at the German Arms Oval. But even in the absence of Jay Hill, he still left us a good abundance of stats to look at for the afternoon. Of the last 27 matches against Hahndorf and Blackwood, Hahndorf have won 20. But even more noteworthy, of the last 11 matches here at the German Arms Oval between these two teams, Hahndorf have won 9. With Blackwood only selling the 2 wins themselves. Of course, the average score here from Hahndorf against Blackwood is 77.59, but at this venue, it's 92.9, which is a massive increase. They've been able to play strong at home, and that's made evidence by their record at home because they have not lost a game at the German Arms Oval here since round 8, 2016. That is a massive statistic, of course. We've witnessed a few Hahndorf losses throughout that time, and both of them have come at the Mount Barker Oval. Of course, one of them was in 2018 on Anzac Day. The other was last year, a semi-final against the Lobethal Tigers, and well, Blackwood themselves, it's certainly been a while since they've been able to top the Magpies, but that was back in the 2017 Grand Final, mind you. So, of course, there is a bit of history between these two teams, and it goes without saying that Blackwood will look to ever so slightly improve that record here today, but it will be challenging with the conditions. Hahndorf are used to playing through the bulk of this dew, and well, Blackwood, their record here has made evidence that maybe they struggle a little bit in these conditions, but of course there's a full 2 hours of football ahead for us to find out.
Good on you, Indy. Thank you very much, and can relate to you. We have had communication from your old mate Jaden J saying all the best for the call today. No doubt he's sitting at home, mate, by the fire if he's a wise man, because well, Goldie, as we speak, conditions have just deteriorated a little bit. That morning rain and mist has drifted back in here, so it's a little bit of a miserable picture here as the Hahndorf A grade come on the ground and the B grade go off. Final scores in the B grade, what was an exciting conclusion. Hahndorf did hold on 7-10 and they defeated the Blackwood reserve side 7-7, so 3-point margin in favour of the Magpies as they come out on the ground. And Robbie Sherwood, obviously you don't need the sunscreen today, mate.
Mate, it's starting to rain. So much for the clearing weather they gave on the telly, but yeah, it's coming. It's going to be slippery, greasy. Yeah, wet weather footy. So we haven't seen a lot of that this year. So looking forward to it.
Head trainer Ron Tawney at the Hahndorf Football Club just down here and inspecting the ground right in front of us. A little bit patchy there. You suggest the guys would be, with the short sprigs would be changing them pretty quickly as the Blackwood Football Club come out on the ground, the senior team. And you can probably hear the dulcet tones of Graham Kaiser in the background. Looks like David Post, past life member, and of course player back in the 60s and 70s. They have the tradition here, Goldie, of inviting one of the past life members to come out and toss the coin, so it's good to see that tradition continuing today. And obviously, as I said, the club room veranda up here is well patronised. Robbie Sherwood, they have a good crowd here today with the 20 year and 50 year anniversary celebrations.
Yep, a lot of the old past players up there, and yeah, notice a few of the Blackwood boys in there as well, so good to see that.
I do believe they were inviting a few of the guys from that 2001 grand final, not that they'd probably like to remember, but
and hopefully we can find Kieran Spawn around the place, who obviously coached Blackwood that
because
day.
Obviously we had a chat to the successful Hahndorf coach and Shane Grimm during the week on the huddle.
Great
interview,
chat,
wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's up there on the podcast too, on the Call of the Wild Facebook page. So yeah.
If you couldn't get it live,
fantastic.
As Rob said, get on and listen to the podcast, because Shane unable to be here in his role on match day role with the Port Adelaide Football Club up in the Gold Coast, where no doubt it would be a little bit better than this.
Well, I was listening. They were talking to the great man, young Gary Ablett Jr. was the guest speaker at the lunch up there, and they were talking to, they were chatting to him pre-game, and Yeah, he's confident that the Gold Coast were going to win, so that'll be interesting.
Well, I think they beat Port. It was their first actual win in an AFL competition and haven't defeated them since. So
Yeah.
it's
So,
been a long time, 11 straight or whatever it is. So,
But
yeah.
geez, that'd be good to see that, wouldn't it? Gold Coast win?
Well, it'd
hang
be good
on.
to see the little master actually put on the Suns Guernsey today.
Well,
Perhaps they could have a special registration situation where guest for the day.
guess for the day, he'd probably still
Put him
get...
out, probably still get a few kicks.
Yeah.
So players just going through their warm-up here as we wait for the toss of the coin. As you can see, probably on your monitor, a little bit murky the conditions, that's for sure. So, Hahndorf. Old coach used to say, days like this, you perhaps find out pretend footballers, those who perhaps, well, like to sort of feed out a little bit, and also a day that you get the fingernails dirty as you get in under the ball. So we'll wait and see what transpires here. A few boys just dropping the ball in the warm-up here. A few of the long sleeves out this afternoon as well. Bit waiting for the captains to, there is toss of the coin now. High toss there. Colcini has won the toss for Hahndorf, Colcini, and has elected to go towards the Pine Avenue end here this afternoon. So it'll be the Dorf going down the hill in the opening term of this round 10 fixture. As we just recall back to round 1 when they first met for the season, and that was on that occasion a 67-point margin in favour of Hahndorf. Only 10 points in it at half-time, 4-5 to 3-1, 7-6 to 3-2 at three-quarter time, but then the Magpies just kicking it away to start what's been a dominant season in the final term. They kicked 7-6 to run out winners in the end, 14-12 to 4-5, but Blackwood certainly take it up to him in the opening game of the season. So both sides obviously have improved. Hahndorf yet to drop a game, and as I said, Blackwood sitting in third spot. So it'd be interesting to see the outcome of this game. Final preparations here. We have the Woods are the third best defensively, Goldie, the second best defensively. And, of course, Hahndorf top in both those stats. So not without a chance here, Blackwood, I'd suggest. But we'll wait and see. Of course, out of last week's side for Blackwood, Evan Johnson and Jan Warbert, who I believe is away in Queensland. So good luck to him. And as we said, Hahndorf dominant at 21% better on the premiership table than Blackwood. And also they have those 3 wins better. So all the stats point in favour of the Magpies, perhaps continue their unbeaten run. But you never know. Footy's a funny game, and particularly on days like this, don't take anything for granted, that's for sure. So Blackwood just moving out their huddle down the bottom end, and they're moving into positions. As I said, they'll be kicking up towards the Dreammaker commentary end up here. And once again, we must thank Chris Shaw Accounting for their support of today's stream. And as I said, welcome to our listeners on Lofty 88.9 FM, taking in the
of course, Call of the Wild Facebook page, Pistols, and Call of the Wild YouTube. And
so let us know where you are. Let us know if the weather's a lot better where you are. So lining up in the centre, looks like it'll be Roberts of the Matt variety. He'll be taking on Sam Zevenboom, who did such a great job last week in the interleague game. So ball held high by umpire Travis Spiller, assisted by Cam Rule. We're underway. Zevenboom up high, gets the ball out, taken by Parker Bowes. Already umpire Barr has picked out a holding against Troy Parker Bowles. He handballs it on to Matt Yedge, who has the first kick of the game. Inside 50, Pack sets itself, clears the back. Gavin there, lurking close to goal. Looked like it might have been Cooper Hoff. Just couldn't get his boot to the ball. And over the line for the first score of the match, which is a minor one to Hahndorf. So Hahndorf into attack just 20 seconds into the game. So just waiting here. The ball comes out towards the wing area. Pack sets himself Zevenboom up high. Ball comes to ground level. We'll see a lot of it today. Cleared by Nicky Ingram, back inside 50 for the Pies, bouncing out towards the boundary, coming to meet it. Handball given off there. Centering kick for the Pies. Blackwood defence getting there. Desperately working out wide, out towards Ingram territory. But the ball beats him over the line. That could be the last touch paid. Yes, it is indeed. So Nicky Ingram, second kick for the game early. Sets a high ball to pocket. Big leap there. Ball comes off hands. Chance around the corner there. And looks like the first goal of the game is Xavier, just trying to pick that up there, Goldie. sure where he'll be coming back to centre.
Yeah, I got him. That was a great start.
Xavier Parker Bowles, is it?
Or is it Sam Williams?
Could be Sam Williams.
I think it's Sam
It
Williams.
is Sam Williams in the
Pistols.
bid. Yes, Sam Williams. So just over the minute mark, Sam Williams, yes, has kicked the first goal in favour of Hahndorf here at a wet Hahndorf Oval.
I'll get the temperature very, very shortly. Of course, good start there. Sam Williams, the goal. Going to have a bit of a look to him today, Indy.
Yeah, we're certainly going to take a look at him from Hahndorf, not to mention, of course, from another number 12 from Blackwood. Daniel Benson will be keeping an eye on him as well.
So free kick paid here to the man at the moment in
Petrenko.
Petrenko gets a good lead there, sliding, couldn't quite complete the mark. Racing through there, Blackwood, hand the ball off deep in defence, clearing kick towards the half-back line. Pack flies, sport there. Clean ball to player, bursting his way through there strongly, looking like it might have been Bennett's. Pack forms, and finally the umpire, Travis Barr. First time I think we've seen him on the quarter wild this season, T-Bar, and of course being assisted by Cameron Rule here this afternoon.
All right, so ball up. Oval's holding up well. Amount of rain we've had this week, about 10 degrees now in Hahndorf. That temperature will drop significantly. The wind's picked up here. We'll have a look at the windsock shortly. Meantime, half forward line for the Pies. Sweeping handball over the top. Here's a chance. Snap towards goal. I think it was Xavier Parker Bowers. And it's a spot-up pass. And an opportunity here for the Magpies to kick their second. Pistols. Nice little kick inside 50. A few players wearing the long sleeves today.
Yeah, I think it's Cooper Hoff.
And Cooper Hoff,
Yep,
who
long sleeves.
I think quite often wears the long sleeve. He's going to have a shot at goal. He's kicked a few goals since coming in. Of course, early in the season, Dylan Hopgood got injured. And Cooper Hoff's come in and certainly made his place known with 7 goals so far. So he's going for his 8th for the season so far. Inside 4 minutes for the Pies' second.
Nice kick.
Yeah,
Reckon
his
he's just snuck
teammates-
that in?
Yep,
All
snuck it in.
clear.
So just over 3.5 minutes gone, and the Pies away to a flying start in these, difficult testing conditions. They've moved on to 2-1. Blackwood yet to get the ball, out of centre, actually. So, in these conditions, building up a handy lead is probably paramount. So, Hahndorf continuing on their winning ways, possibly. So back in the centre be Zevenbaum against Matty Roberts, because Daniel Roberts out again, resting the big man. Ball comes down there. Good attack on the ball there by Hopgood. Ball spills out here. Toe poke forward for Blackwood through the agency there of Daniel Benson. Ball into forward, but there is Scott Perling. First time the ball comes up his end. The GOAT takes a relieving mark, intercept mark. So Scotty Perling just in front of the Dreammaker here. Nurses the ball out towards the wing area up high with Zevenbaum. Spotted his opponent. Working hard there over the ball. Looked like it was Patrick Hillard. And ball out over the boundary line on the Yench wing area. So the Boundary Academy boy will pitch the ball back in. So high pitch, Ruckman Gavin Zevenbaum in the front was pushed out, still got his hands to it. Ball goes to ground. Ingram trying to get it. He's well tackled there by Edward Vanberg. And ball held into him. So we see a lot of ruck duels this afternoon and pack situation, I'd suggest, in typical Hills football weather conditions here, Goldie.
So umpire Barr throws the ball up. Zevenbaum versus Roberts, the map variety. Kick forward by Benson. In front position, that's where you got to be today, as Dykesman, the skipper, wheels onto his left boot. Inside 50, Phil Hopton.
Nice kick.
Forget about Phil Hopton. That's a diving, beautiful mark into the pocket
Venning.
there by Samuel Venning. I thought Phil Hopton was the position there, but Venning's flown across the pack, taking a beautiful chest mark, and he's going to have a shot just in front of us here as he lines up.
So Sam Venning joined the club this year because experienced West Adelaide, Glenelg South, and played in the Brighton Bombers, I think 2017 premiership side. So Venning with the shot here, deliberate shot. He's not a major goal kicker this season, Goldie, but Cole Cheney on the mark. Venning
Got it.
has
Well
converted.
deserved. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Joel Laish has just messaged. Hang on. Blackwood spearhead Joel Laish has messaged in. He says, watching from Perth, boys. Pretty nice weather here. Enjoy the cool. Much rather be out there playing, that's for sure. Well, it's very wet here.
In fact, we had last time we saw
Got any
Blackwood,
Joel?
we did have Joel on pre-match, so that's good. Hopefully we can
Just
get
a
him
settler,
back.
just a settler there, Pistols. That was
He's
good.
still their equal goal kicker at the moment with 14 goals.
Thanks very much to the man himself.
That's my job, boys.
Rob-
Clean the windows.
Rob had squeegeed the window, so we've got clear of view now.
So, ball up high. Robert's got a second touch forward. Leading the race for the ball there. Continuing as big even. Boomer said was good in last week's interleague debut for himself. Ball coughed up there. Ball dispossessed there. Going to ground a Blackwood player. Pulled the ball in underneath him and umpire.
Hey, Rob, just this little panel here.
Come in. Rob Sherwood working overtime here with the squeegee
Claudine
on the
as
window
well,
of the Dream.
squeegeeing the ball up. Centre half forward area for the Pies. Tuck was around the area there. Ball pobbles out the back. Sam Hayden, he's set upon by about 3 Blackwood players and they hold him up. So just a bit of a settler there for the Woods through Venning at the 7-minute mark. Hahndorf on the board with 2 goals early to Williams and Hoff inside the opening 4 minutes. But last couple of minutes, Blackwood have gone forward. Nice mark by Venning and he's kicked the goal. So still forward line area for the Pies. Umpires today are Travis Barr and Cam Rule. They'll have plenty of ball ups, you'd feel, in these conditions. Clearing kick from Matt Tuck, last year's male medalist, looking for a teammate who can hold their feet in this battle out here on the wing. Oh, nice work by Sam Hayden. Bit of calmness there under pressure. Spot up pass on the wing area. Sam Williams getting plenty of it early. Pistols kick the goal too.
So interchange flank Sammy Williams, or whoever goal was Goldie said, puts it up forward. Good defensive ball by Dunn, I think it was, in the long sleeves. Ball comes out wide here, taken by Hilliard. Hilliard's got a teammate further field. Kick spoiled there, deflects ground level. Here's a chance for Hahndorf. I think it's Ingram this way, that way. Then wrapped up in a big tackle by Hilliard, I think it was. So good work there.
It was a tough call.
In fact, it was Oscar Hodge, I think it was. Very impressive.
Played well last year, last week in the interleague.
Fantastic, Oscar Hodge. So Hodge on offer. Goes short to Tuck, as Goldie said, the reigning male medalist. And
That's one of the patchy areas.
Goes out wide. He's got a teammate out here wide. Marks the ball. So as Goldie said, a lot of long sleeves out there this afternoon.
Patient build-up.
Goes short. Finds up the line. I think this is Matty T. Imagine how the players look a bit different with
Long jumpers.
Sod head and long jumpers.
So, tee up the wing area. Cheney's in the nice position here. 1, 2, 3 takes the mark no matter the conditions. And here's trademark sort of stuff here to Yench on the wing. Unloads a barrel towards the half-forward line. Big pack forms. Ball hits the deck. Handball out the back. Zevon Boom. Oh, the big fella hit the deck on his bum. And that's held up half-forward line.
Looks like the weather might be clearing, boys, hopefully.
A little bit patchy there. You can see probably where they've been training a bit. The grass showing a bit of signs of wear, and I'll tell you, it'll be even further chopped up with these conditions here today. So once again, pack situation. Big Zevenbohm in there, Matt Tuck as well. Bennett. So umpire Rule in the cap. Keep the sun over his eyes, Goldie.
Yes.
Wishful thinking there. Ball comes out here. Sammy Hayden leads in the race for ball. Just couldn't grasp the trippy ball. Oh, good work around the corner there by Sammy Hill in the sleeves.
Courageous mark.
And a good mark in
I think it's
defence
Bennett's.
taking it. Yeah, Bennett's. Waste no time, goes across towards the scoreboard and picks out a teammate back there, who in turn round the corner, although a dangerous kick towards Hilliard. Coming in was Nick Ingram, and ball out over the boundary line, just up from the scoreboard. 2-1 plays 1 goal. Coming up to 10 minutes gone. First term called a while. Trust you're enjoying our coverage, brought to you by Chris Shaw Accounting.
So boundary throw in, half-forward line for the Pies. Rucks go at it. Zevon Boom brings it down to ground level. Pack form situation holding in. We'll go to Indy shortly with some stats. So, 10 minutes gone. Hahndorf 2-1. Blackwood 1 goal. These two sides in the top 3. Of course, Hahndorf undefeated at home since 2016, I think was the stat from Indy. And Blackwood in third position at the moment. Cheney cleverly to Perling. He flicks the ball out. Oh,
big hit.
There was Gribble. That was a big hit. Plenty of sore players after this game. Ball comes up in the air. Oh, didn't have it. That's a free kick.
Mile. Just hung onto
free
it.
kick. Alex Scott. And, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Blackwood free.
Yep. So, here's a chance for the Woods to go forward. They've got some plenty of options here. Phil Hopton leads into the pocket. Doesn't go that way. T one-on-one, puts the left mid up. Ball hits the decks. Oh, okay. That was the
Crow throw.
Crow throw to Perling. Gribble involved. Hoff. Players barging into each other on the half-forward line for the Woods, and it's held up. Indy, stats that matter.
Stats that matter right now, without a doubt, 9 inside 50s to 4 in favour of Hahndorf, dominating the bulk of the ground. But interestingly, 7 hitouts to 3 in favour of Blackwood. So they are doing a decent effort at the stoppages.
So umpire T-bar, 50-metre arc. Matt Roberts double hands it down. Getting back is Rigby Barnes, gets to teammate Hayden. High, quick kick away towards the wing area.
Oh, he's called into
Reading
it.
it well is Salt. Salt wastes no time. He's got a man down the centre.
right.
Finds
Here we
Emmett
go.
Ingram. He's been busy early. The comb-over man. Underground pass up here towards Sam
great
Hill.
pick-up.
Picked it up very
Beautiful.
nice. It gives it back to Ingram. Cover yourself in glory.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Great pick up, Sam Hill.
Great, but great individual run on and persistence there from our man Nicky Ingram, who raises the third goal for the Pies, 3-1 to 1 straight. 12 minutes gone, and as you said, great dry weather pick up by Sammy Hill there.
Beautiful. Lovely work, Rob.
Yeah, great. Benny Salt kicking the ball from one side of the ground across into the open space. And, yeah, like you said, boys, fantastic pick up by Hill. And England got the ball back. And, yeah, bingo. Great goal.
Overcast conditions.
Rain stop, mate.
Rain stop, though, for the time
For the time being.
Lighter cloud cover.
Yes,
Bit
it's
of blue sky. Quick,
yeah,
blue
bit of blue
sky.
sky.
quick, Dallas, get a picture of that.
Quick,
the blue
get a
sky.
picture.
Finals-like conditions now. It's Evanboom versus Joel Leake, who's having a bit of a go in ruck. Did last year as well when Daniel Roberts was injured. Held up, middle of the ground.
Injured.
Injured.
No, he's doing the stats today, Injured. They never leave you alone, do they, Goldie? One stop up.
That's going to stick with you for a long time,
Team
mate.
pressure, it's good.
Hey?
You've got to have that. 13 minutes gone. Hahndorf 3-1. Blackwood 1 goal.
Well done, Trent Mail.
Ball centre half
Oh,
forward area.
Sol.
Sol could have caught one high there. Held up.
Yes, no, oh, no, ball up.
Umpire rule will throw it in. Up inside 50. Hahndorf's getting an upper hand, as Indy said. Decisive punch there by Luke Roberts. Clearing kick by Bennett out towards the wing.
Venning.
Shinned off Venning. Coming in with Cheney. Usually uses it nicely. Does to Trent Mail. Kick inside 50 for Hahndorf. Pack form. Balls hits the deck. Socket forward by Rigby
Petrenko.
Barnes. Who's going to go on the end of it? Barnes goes again. And it's a
Forced
minor
over,
score.
yeah. Carried
Hit
over
the
by the-
post. 3-2 Hahndorf. Blackwood 1 goal. Goal kickers so far in the opening term. Williams, Hoff and Ingram for Hahndorf. And the goal kicker so far for Venning for Blackwood is Venning up towards the club room end of the ground. 14 minutes gone. Hahndorf 3-1. Blackwood 1 goal.
So the Woods bring it back in. Camp right under it was Leake. Spilled it. Oh, no, he did hold it. Second, third grab. So Leake, as Goldie said, having a run on the ball. Puts it back in from whence it came, deep into 50. Big pack there. Big fist for Bennett. Well read by a teammate there. It was Hopton, I think it was. Jimmy Hopton in the sleeves. Ball goes to ground. Locked up there. Rugby style scrum. So umpire rule will come in and board up. They'll only be about 40 to 45 metres out from the Hahndorf goal. They're leading 3-2 to 1 straight. 14 minutes gone first term here. Quarter while. Good hit out there by Zevenboom. His teammate just can't pick it up. Won't sit for him. That was actually Edward Vandenberg. Interleague footballer last week, and finally the ball out over the band line, but called last touch, is it? It is indeed, and Edward Vandenberg will take the resultant free kick. It was on the list at Westies for a while, Goldie, the left footer, puts it up high towards the Yench wing area. Hopton gets there, but chipping it off was Leake, couldn't complete the mark, ball at ground level, Hopton goes in, bit of push and shove, pack forms once again, and umpire T-Bar will come in and ball up.
15 minutes gone. Hahndorf 3-2. Blackwood 1 goal. Round 10 action here from German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. Trent Mail wins out there. Got a handball away to Ingram, who kicked the last goal brilliantly. Kicks it towards half forward line for the Pies. 1-on-1 contest. Almost a juggling mark there by Luke Roberts. And the ball's popped out the back there. Into space now. Here's a chance for the Woods. Kick out towards the wing area.
Hodge.
Cheney once again should take a mark here. The skipper for the Pies does nicely.
You can see Hodge throw his hands
Yep.
up as he kicked that because no one on off the kick to. So as you said, Cheney just
He's got
intercepted it easily.
He's got a magnet for the ball, this guy. Kick inside 50, deep inside 50,
Bennett.
dangerous position. Nice work by Bennett.
Great pickup.
Great pickup.
Hodge.
How's he? Oh, he's got picked out Cheney again. He's
These
seriously
two
got
waxing
a
the ball here,
He's got a
boys.
magnet.
He is, he's good, isn't he?
So the Warwick Nabil boy puts it back inside 50 again. Where's Hodge? This time Bennett gets the fall down. Close to the line. In fact, bundled over the line there was Moses Milsom back in the team this afternoon. Last touch paid. I think it's Hoff. Goes towards the top of the square.
1,
So
2,
Roberts.
bang.
Petrenko?
Nice mark. Luke Roberts.
Luke Roberts, Luke.
Just too much height there for Bennett, who was trying desperately to fist the ball. But Lukey Roberts,
18 goals for the season.
yeah, good to see him back full time with the Pies. Of course, missed last year joining the Fire Brigade, but back bigger and better this year. Big Lukey. So Roberts a chance for his 19th, as Benny Goldfinch said. Slight angle towards the Pine Avenue end, but really no problem. So Lukey getting the 4th on the board for the Pies. 4-2 plays 1 straight. 16 and a half minutes gone first term. Robbie Sherwood.
Great mark there by Luke. Just got it too big basically. Just got in front and took a nice solid overhead mark. And what's that? His first, boys?
Yep.
So good focal point in attack. So Hahndorf slowly but surely getting on top here. 4-2, 1-1 goal, and we're approaching 17 minutes.
So just waiting in. Looks like someone might have souvenired the ball, Goldie, down on Pine Avenue. So a fresh ball, but the players won't mind that. A dry ball in these conditions. They probably want a new one every quarter.
And quickly, boys, sorry, Goldie.
Yeah, right.
Porter smashing the Suns, 54-13.
Perhaps they need Gary Ablett. Bouncing ball, taken here by Hoff to Williams. Gets it back to Hopgood. Bouncing ball forward. Once again, lurking is Sammy Hill. Taking the ground and attack. It was in the back. No, sit down. Yes.
Throw.
Legal disposal. So I think it's Nathan Dunn deep in defence.
So Dunn deep in defence. Switches play into the back pocket area. Juggling mark there. 18 minutes gone. Hahndorf 4-2. Blackwood 1 goal. Deep back pocket area for the Woods. Short pass. Almost chopped out. In fact, it's back in the deck. Dangerous position. Ben Salt wraps up the opposition player there for the Woods. Holds it inside 50.
Tayton was the target there, Goldie, but in these conditions, just basic football. Get your body behind the ball. So ball up. Ball one down there by Zeven. Boom. Here's a chance for Hahndorf going further forward. Off hands, Dunn involved there. Ball through for another minor score to the Pies. 4-3 plays 1 straight. So it might be Baldacera perhaps in the distance there with those green boots, I think. I've seen him on occasions.
It is dull, isn't it, boys? It's hard to see.
So he runs out the square now, puts out towards the Yench wing. Pack sets himself. Here's Cheney again. Off hands. Ball comes back here towards Matty Yench. Handballs backwards. There's a chance as he misses it. Hopton will set from me. Toe pokes
Here
it.
We go.
Here's a foot race. Dyksman and Hayden. Dyksman using some more.
Bingo!
Yes!
Well done.
I'll tell you what, it'd be off the Euro 2020 with that sort of work.
Beautiful stuff.
That was great soccer.
I think the Pies forgot what way they were going there.
Yenchi made a rare mistake. He handballed back thinking that probably Sheeny was there, but guess what? No one was there, and then it was just soccer from basically 50 metres out. But well done, Blackwood. Great goal.
So our man Joel Ace watching over there in sunny Perth, he'd be a little bit chatted now because he was the leading equal goal kicker on 14 with Ryan Dyksman. Ryan's gone ahead of him, but I'm sure Joel won't mind.
Come on,
that
Jolie,
because,
hurry back.
They've pulled the margin back now. 4-3 plays 2 straight in favour of the Pies. 9.5 minutes gone.
Good goal there. 20-minute mark. Well, heading towards the 20-minute mark. So important period next 5 minutes or so. Woods just staying in it. Parker Bors kicks it off the side of the boot. Good mark there by Patrick Hillard. Woods go out towards the wing.
Good
Hillard,
kick.
lovely. Kick into space. Here's a chance for Blackwood. Kick inside 50 into the pocket. Dyksman, Hopton, ball hits the deck. Matt T was front position. Off hands. That'll be a boundary throw-in. No clear last touch. It was a contest situation. So boundary throw-in just in front of us here. Cheney's barking instructions to Jens, just telling him what way he should stand.
This will go into the mud, boys.
Matty Roberts versus Hopton in ruck. Roberts wins it down. Hopgood's around the action. Ball hits the deck. No, that could be in the back. Numpy bar comes in with venting around it. A bit more vocal now, the Woods. They're within striking distance as we head towards quarter time. Thanks for that last
Here we
goal.
go.
Tuck. Snaps towards goal. In the pocket. Almost there.
Geez,
from
that would
last
have
year's
been
male medalist.
Yep, inspirational that would have been.
Yeah, Matty Tuck just showing he's dangerous around the goals and would have been inspirational. Matty Yentz brings the ball back in. Getting in front is Cheney. Good spoil there by Hilliard. Cheney backs it up. He's held to managed to get a kick away to a man who stuck out the back in half on his own. He further nurses it forward to Rigby Barnes, who's run on. Petrenko, breaks onto the left. Puts towards the pocket. The lead of Hill. Oh, that is a remarkable grab there.
I think it's
So,
Cooper Nykamp.
it is Cooper Nykamp. Sorry, a couple of boys with the sleeves on today, but Nykamp, as we saw him entertain the Mallee crowd last week, Goldie, with a couple
Yeah,
of
he
big
took a
leads.
screamer. I saw that one.
Great mark in difficult
In
conditions.
the goal square.
So
Fantastic.
Cooper Nykamp, 22 goals for the year. So chance here to get his first for the board and cap off a good passage of play. Good movement transition from the kick out down.
Boys like it.
Results in a goal. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, lovely kick there, Rob, and a good mark.
Yeah, they've got a couple of focal points up forward, haven't we? I know we've said it before. Since Darcy's left, they become multifaceted, I suppose is the word.
Yeah,
so,
more options, yep.
Yeah, more options. So, good to see, and well done, Cooper.
So, back in the middle, it'll be Zevon Boone versus Matt Roberts. Tucks in there.
Trent
So is
Mail.
Daniel Benson. Male.
Williams, is it?
Parker Balls is in there.
Parker Bowles.
Trent Mail. Sam Williams, yep. Umpire Barr about to throw the ball up. Edward Vandenberg's also in there. Rucks go at it. Neutral battle. Parker Balls with the helmet on.
Ooh.
Dumped. That's a sling tackle.
Has to be.
That's a yellow card.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Goldie knows his rules, Pistols.
Yeah.
Vandenberg, yes.
Yep, dangerous, that.
Vandenberg.
Yeah.
So what's that mean? He gets 10 minutes?
That's
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
the rule.
yeah, normal
Off he
yellow
goes.
card, yep.
They're sticking to that.
Yep.
Yeah, good call, Benny Golford. You know your rules.
Troy Parker Balls in the middle of the ground.
You could get injured from that.
Yeah, no, it's
Ended.
I mean, he's already
Injured.
he's got the helmet on.
Lucky he didn't have concussion.
Kick inside 50, half forward line. Oh, crash, bang. Two players going out at Xavier Parker Balls. Ingram front position. Slice kick into the forward pocket area. Right place, right time. Sam Williams with a nice little chest mark, and he should go back here and nail his second. He's in good form at the moment in these conditions. Loves these conditions, Rob.
Yeah, just too big, wasn't he? Too big bodied. Just in front of his man, and
I tell you, boys, over the last couple of years, he'd been most improved footballer in the competition for my money.
And he
Sam
played
Williams.
well in the finals
Yeah,
last
got
year, didn't
himself
he? Played
super
really
fit
well.
and hard nose, so chance here to get his second. He kicked the first goal of the game.
Sprayed it to the left.
Unfortunately, he's offline this time, 3 for a minor score, but Hahndorf 5-4, 2-1, 23 and a half minutes gone. First term here in the Call of the Wild. Trust you're enjoying our live stream worldwide, coming to you through Chris Shaw Accounting from the German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. It's a good crowd in the house, and why not? The start of the second roster of home and away games here in the Hills Football League, and of course Hahndorf, a couple of big premiership anniversaries here.
Yeah,
As we said,
2001
it's
premiership side.
and it's also great to see they've obviously invited a few of the Blackwood opponents of those days to come along and reminisce about it. So kick out, Jens behind the pack. Virtue takes that mark uncontested in the end. Waste no time, goes to a centre-half forward target
good
there.
kick.
Coming out was Leak over his head. Here's Hill again, bustled off the ball, goes back. A good second effort there by Sammy Hill. Stacks on the middle. Ball does actually get out here. Once again, ball comes free. Tried to sock it. That was a Blackwood player. Comes out here towards Hayden. That's a great pickup round the corner. I tell you what, getting back there, getting
look at the bounce.
coughed up
Goodness
there, but
gracious.
in the end, walking the ball over the
Lucky.
line, conceding the minor score.
Quick kick out from Blackwood into the pocket area. Finds Patrick Hillard. 25 minutes you can see on the clock. So Hillard just near the scoreboard. 5-4 Hahndorf. Blackwood 2-2. Kick towards centre wing out of side. Dykesman, Cheney, off hands. No clear last touch. That'll be a boundary throw in. Centre wing out of side area.
Chips are on the way, boys.
Goal kicker so far for the Pies. Williams, Hoff, Ingram, L. Roberts and Nykamp. And for Blackwood, Venning and Dykesman. Boundary throw in. Centre wing. Trent Mail threw it out. Ingram snapped of it. Roberts involved. Williams kicks towards the half-forward line.
Great
Nice hands
handball.
there. Trent Mail. Xavier Parker Balls was involved in the lead-up. Right on the line. Handballs out. Here's a
Petrenko.
change for Petrenko on the left.
You're joking.
Oh, he's kicked it.
Well, the lay crow, the pup. That is just something special out of
It's
the
a
bag.
great
To
handball
fix that
too.
goal. Yeah, great handball. But
That's why they pay him the big bucks, Pistols.
I tell you, well, in these conditions, you wouldn't expect to see that sort of magic.
Yeah, that's
Dry
fantastic.
day stuff, but he put it back very well. I suppose
On his
the
left foot,
on
left
his-
foot too.
On his right side for his left foot, if you know what I mean,
Yep.
but curled it back nicely. So just a little bit of break. Hahndorf put a bit of pressure on, but Hahndorf have kicked away here to kick the last 2 goals of the contest. So it's opened up a 6-4 to 2-2 lead. Well into time on now. In fact, 26 minutes just about to expire. Up in the middle, Zevenborn, the big leaper. Toe poked forward. Here coming to meet is Jackson Fairman. Oh, missed the target with the handball. Mayo over the ball. Comes back out into young Fairman. Ball comes out to big Zevenborn. His kick is smothered. Bouncing ball coming to meet is Dykesman. Finds a bit of space. Puts it out to the lead in the pocket of River Moore. He goes to ground. Here's Matty T coming in. Grivell in there.
Well done.
Takes possession. Close to the boundary line. Wrapped up there by Eckerman. Moore in there. Grivell gets it out there to a teammate. He goes to ground in the tackle.
Cheney?
Was Cheney? No, sorry, Sammy Hayden.
Yep.
Came in to help, so the ball up will take part. So good quick movement there from the Woods. Just this slippery ball. So ball up down here. Mail gets back to Parker Boers. Through traffic nicely, gets a handball in the direction of teammate there in Hill. He goes back and gets it, shrugs off a tackle, gives it back to Parker Boers. One step this way, then gets a boot down towards the forward. His leak comes out here.
Petrenko.
Petrenko again overruns it. Ball tipped out right in the centre circle. Leak gets it back into Yench. Long kick inside 50.
Here we go, we're on here.
On his own. Dry ball styles it bounced up. Goes to ground under pressure. Relieved here for Blackwood as they bring the ball. Good smother there. 1% a day today, I tell you. Here's Ingram around the corner. 1 grab, 2 grab, ball spills lurking is Petrenko. Can he get it? Blackwood defender, I think it's Bennett's. Ball held to him, and the ball up will take place.
Can't be much time left. 28 minutes gone. 6 goals for Hahndorf. Blackwood 2-2. Edward Vandenberg off the ground with a yellow card. Oh, ball flicks out. Here's a chance for Ben Salt. Flying shot at goal. Off to the
left
there. So minus score. Hahndorf had a 6-5. Blackwood 2-2.
That was instinctively gold. He grabbed it like one step, bang.
Lovely stuff.
Like 89 grand final. G. Ablett over the back of the pack.
Yep.
The ruck contest.
Kick in here for the Woods from Venning, I think it is. So the Woods, one way then the other. Now, it's beautiful. Seller the candy. Kick up towards centre half back.
Jimmy Hopton.
Jimmy Hopton takes the mark. Centre half back area. It goes towards the other half back flank.
Lucky to get
Drop
away.
what he should have taken. Kick up the wing by Hodger, I think it was.
Banish.
Another drop.
Banish.
Kick inside 50. Dykesman will come in.
Rigby Barnes.
Bit of poise there. He didn't get the kick away. That's holding the ball. Here's the last chance.
Young
For
Fairman.
the Woods. Fairman. He's got players on the wing. One of them's Benson. He go over to pop over to the handball here.
Milson.
Here's a chance for Mo Milson.
River Moore.
River Moore with a shot, and it's smothered right on the siren.
Yeah, good smother there by Matty Yench, boys.
So Hahndorf's defence holding up right to the end there, 29-minute mark. Siren goes. Hahndorf first quarter 6-5, Blackwood 2-2. Rob.
Yeah, good quarter. I mean, it was a hard contest, boys, even though there's 4.5 goal of difference. I mean, right from the get-go, it's been just hard wet weather footy. So Hahndorf slowly took the ascendancy, and 2 or 3 marks, bigger-bodied players down in the forward line through Luke Roberts and Williams kicked a couple of vital goals. We had that fantastic snap by Petrenko on his left foot. They just seem to have heaps of scoring options, and the ball's just coming from half-back where it starts with Sheeny or Yench. So we're over to Indy for some... you got some stats there, mate.
I do, Rob. And some very intriguing ones with that. 3 times the amount of inside 50s for Hahndorf compared to Blackwood, 24-8. The only statistic they seem to be winning at the moment, Blackwood, are the hitouts, 14-9, but doesn't seem to be particularly significant, and I feel like that's more of a result of Hahndorf soaking up extra Blackwood opponents to the stoppages. They're actually happy to arm wrestle at the stoppages because they have such a clean defensive setup, and they hit really hard on the rebound, constantly boomeranging the ball back into the forward 50, which is why they've been able to get so many entries. Also, twice as many centre clearances has helped them a lot as well, 6-3 in favour of Hahndorf, and it does make evidence that even with all of that extra stoppage effort, the Magpies still come out on top, and they've just had such fluent ball use, even in these conditions as well, as we've established. But not to mention, they're just not afraid of the high balls. I saw a lot of high kicks that they still managed to take contested marks from, whereas Blackwood almost seemed to be panicking with the more simplistic disposals. So it's all about composition at the moment, and that's where Hahndorf have got them on the ropes.
Thanks for that, Indy. And you got any other scores there, Pistols?
Yes, I was just playing stenographer there, mate, as I drop them down. Says what, 10 degrees here at the moment, Goldie?
10 degrees?
Dropping. Well, it's not too bad, Rob, though,
yeah,
is
the
it?
rain stopped, and here comes Gav. Look, Gav's coming over. Hopefully the chips aren't getting wet. So, the rain stopped, and not sure for how long, but...
All right, as we go around the grounds for Chris Shaw Accounting, and as you would believe, some tight games here in the conditions. Good Hills football.
Matt Golding wearing shorts, by the way.
Yeah, he loves it. Loberthal 4-4, leading Mount Lofty 4 goals straight. Up at Goat Park. It'd be lovely up there at the moment, just at the foot of Mount Lofty Summit. Raiders 1-1, leading Mount Barker 1 behind up at the new Summit Sports Centre, getting its first workout here. In the look at Rob Sherwood, he's like a seagull at a chip. He's like a hungry media manager.
Yep, young Gav
so
Godeking.
Raiders 1-1, thanks to Gav and the Hahndorf Football Club for their hospitality. Raiders 1-1, Mount Barker 1 behind. Now Nan Bremer 3 straight are leading Achunga 1-2, and in Country Division Kangarilla 1 straight are leading Meadows 2 behind at quarter time. So once again, Lobie 4-4, Mount Lofty 4 straight. Raiders 1-1, Mount Barker 1 behind, Mount Bremer 3 goal, Chunga 1 goal 2, and Country Division Kangarilla 1 goal, Meadows 2 behind, Goldie. But and here at Hahndorf Oval, Hahndorf 6-6, well, the high scoring quarter of the competition, 6-6, leading Blackwood 2 goal 1. So
I'll just go see if we got some around the grounds from SANFL. What do we got here? Central District leading West Adelaide 7 goals 8 to West Adelaide's 3 goals 7. And
I believe Robbie Gray's done his knee too, boys, for the Port Power.
and he's 250th.
And his 250th. Yeah, so a bit of bad luck there for the boy. Hopefully it's not too serious. So there's a good crowd in today too, boys, with the premiership reunion and not a lot of car spaces to be found.
And AFL, as Rob says, Port Adelaide leading Gold Coast 11 goals 8 to 2-2.
3/4 time, I think, Goldie is.
Yep. And last night, Rob, Geelong getting over the line.
Never in doubt, boys. Last kick of the day, it was, literally. So, good win. Good win to the Cats. They're rolling. So they're three-pronged forward line.
So here at Hahndorf, as
He's getting too excited.
I tell you what, your belief in
Rob's gone through the whole...
your belief in
Boys, fair income. Hahndorf had the best chips and gravy.
your belief in the Cats is as soggy as those chips, Rob.
Mate, this is nice and crispy.
Now, goal kickers in the first term for the Magpies: Williams, Hoff, Ingram, Luke Roberts, Nykamp, and Petrenko have an absolute beauty to close off the scoring. So all individual at the moment. And for Blackwood, Venning and the skipper in Ryan Dykesman. So 6-5 plays 2-2. So
Pies kicking towards our end in this quarter.
So we'll have to see.
That's probably the most stylish goal umpire I've seen in a
No,
long time.
absolutely. He's got the
He's a cool dude.
he's got the mountain boots on.
He's got the old Horace Grant style glasses on. Remember that?
Yeah,
The NBA days?
absolutely.
I reckon he's the Blackwood guy.
It's
He
very
looks
cool.
very Blackwoodish, doesn't he?
He does.
cool.
In
Very
like he's got
cool.
he's got the sunglasses on too. I don't know what he would want them for.
Dallas,
Frostbite of the
Dallas,
pupils.
can we get
Can we
a
just
shot
get
on
a
the
shot on the goal umpire?
Go
down here?
umpire down here before we
Very
start.
good style from
Very
the goal
good,
umpire.
stylish.
Look at his
Particularly
boots.
the eyewear. Anyway, back in the centre, umpire Travis Barr holds the ball off. Second term underway. Roberts, Matt Variety. Ball comes down. Once again, busting his way through to Sam Hayden. Gets the first inside 50.
Ooh,
Bennett spills the ball there. He's got support out the back there from Hodge. He goes to the ground under pressure. Unfortunately, just held the ball a little bit too long in that tackle applied by Cooper Hoff. So Hoff will have the chance to boot his second goal at the game.
Sam Williams just wiping the ball for him. Hoff will go back.
Not bad. Do you think they should use a dry ball for every quarter, Goldie?
Yeah.
You wonder why they're not using one of Uncle
Yellow.
Owen's yellow ones, Rob?
Yeah, yellow ball.
Yeah.
Could see it better.
So Cooper Hoff, as we said, kicked the goal at the 3.5 minute mark of the game. So chance to open scoring the second term, extend the Pies lead. They lead by 27 points at the moment. I think he might have pulled this one, and the goal umpire right on.
He almost
The
got
money?
He almost got bogged.
So Opening score is a minor one, so
Yep.
they push out the 28-point lead. 6-6 plays 2-1.
Alrighty. Kick in here for the Woods by Jack Baldacera outside of the defensive 50 with a beautiful long
beautiful.
kick. Cheney cuts it off with a chest mark to the comb over and Ingram. Kick inside 50. Nycam over the top. Luke Roberts, good to
well done, Williams.
Williams, nicely done, as Rob said. Clearing kick from the Woods, though, through Jacob McCarthy out towards the half-forward line for the Pies. Nice work there by James Hopton involved. Kick up towards the interchange bench area. Players on hands and knees, scrap sort of stuff here. Williams got the handball away nicely to Jens. Just one kick inside towards the half-forward line. Off hands, out of bounds with Ben Salt seeing the ball out of bounds. So it'll be a boundary throw-in. No clear last touch there. Half-forward line for the Pies. They're kicking towards the club room end in the second term. Of course, 2001 Premiership and 1971 Premiership teams up there today for the Pies.
So, clash of bodies there.
Benson.
Man who likes it. Benson, well stolen. Parker Bowles.
Great kick.
Set sails for goals, and the goal umpire, man, no problems with that. So, Troy Parker Bowles, fantastic there as he virtually picked the pocket there, Goldie, to kick that first goal inside, 2.5 minutes here in the second term, sorry. So, Hahndorf.
36-point lead now, boys. 7-7 to 2-1.
So, just repeating some of the quarter time scores this week as they came in. Loberthal 4-4, Mount Lofty 4 goal. Raiders 1-1, Mount Barker 1 behind. Manbrimmer 3 goal. Chunga 1-2 and Country Division Kangaroo 1 goal. Meadows 2 behind. So back in the centre as the rain increases in intensity. The big men go for it. Really no one got the tap. Comes down to Williams. Shrugs opponent. Gets a little toe poke away. Benson in there. Also working hard. Sammy Hayden. Benson over the top of him. And umpire Cameron Rule will come in and recommence play just outside the centre circle.
4 minutes gone. Hahndorf 7-7, 2-1 Blackwood. Handballs comes out here to Sam Hayden. Repeat forward entries, something to happen for the Pies. We'll get the stats short. Yench went up, ball hits the deck. Bennett, clearing kick for Blackwood out towards the wing. Cheney, how often have we seen this? He's on fire today. Kick inside 50. Nycamp will fly here, Willie, or he's pushed into it. Socket out of defence there by Baldacera, coming straight back in for the Pies. Williams, he's got Hoff over the top. Just continuous bombardment early in this second term for the Pies. 4 minutes gone. They're getting repeat forward entries. Indy, any stats? The forward entries? He's enjoying the chips. Indy's enjoying the chips.
He's eating the chips.
Yeah, I need something warm out here. Well, I can say that now. The conditions are worsening. But as for the stats, so far no hitouts, inside 50s or centre clearances for Blackwood. But there are 4 of inside 50s for Hahndorf. And I think another score there, another goal as we just saw.
Goal
so
to
yeah,
Williams.
well on top at the moment. And there doesn't seem to be too many changes from the momentum they had in the first quarter.
So Williams with his second goal of the game. He kicked the first one at the game and now he's kicked the second one here in the second term. So they're just pushing away to, in these conditions, you'd think, a pretty daunting lead. 8-7 to 2-1. Come out to 4.5 gone in the second term as the rain continues to fall here at Pine Avenue.
How are the chips, Rob?
Oh, licking my fingers.
So, Leaper, Zevenboom taken in by Chuck, gets the ball back out towards Hilliard. He's wrapped up in a big tackle applied there
Cheney.
by Cheney, and the Warwick the ball.
He's
Warwick
got
the ball vice.
He's got leather poisoning today, boys, hasn't he, Cheney?
He's conditioned. So here they go again. Zevenboom, big leap, went too early, but managed to get the tap down. Stolen there for Hahndorf by Nicky Ingram. He's locked up in a tackle once again.
He's been good today too, Pistols.
Yep, boy.
Ball up situation by umpire Cam Rule. Hahndorf dominating. Sam Williams to Ingram. Kick inside 50. Roberts, good mid in there by Bennett. Sees the ball out of bounds, and that'll be a boundary throw-in from the academy boy.
I tell you, one bloke is enjoying life down there. If you look at him, as the cameraman Roy Liebeck, just loving it at the moment.
In the
He hadn't moved all day, boys. He looks like he's
frozen.
boundary throw-in. Roberts didn't get that one. Zevenboom did. Here's a chance for Benson. He's nicely tackled to the ground there by Luke Roberts. Just opted not to do the sling. So, umpire bar. 6 minutes gone. Hahndorf 8-7. 2 goals already in the second term. Ball went up. Ball went down. Sam Williams. Flying shot at goal. Nycamp 2-on-1. Bennett brings it to ground level. Clearing kick out of defence from the Woods. But it's going to come straight back in through Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram taking that kick out from Nathan Dunn. So as Rob Sherwood said, Nicky Ingram been busy. He wedges it for the high leap. As up was Roberts over the back.
Petrenko.
Back
Here we
and
go.
goal scramble and roll on
Oh.
Petrenko. He's well done by Hodge. Got rid of him with the old shove. Grabs the ball, gets out of danger for the time being, gets it out, but it's only as far as Braden Hopgood right in front of Coach Matty Golding in the dryness of the bench. Puts it back in. Zevenboom got his hands to it. Ground level was Bennett's trying to burst his way through there. Might have been Baldacera. Held up there by Nykamp. So dangerous position here, some 30 metres out right in front of the goal at the clubroom end. Of course, well-populated veranda in... Probably getting a bit wet on the inside. Good handball out there, finds Zevenboom. The big man drives back towards the wing here. It's all Hahndorf back there. It's a raffle, and Jake Leake takes it. Gets it across here to Cheney, as Rob Sherwood said, getting liver poisoning in this first half. Drives it forward. Here's a lead.
Great
Keep
kick.
it off. That's not a bad delivery for
What
a wet day.
great kick.
Yep, lights are on here at Hahndorf. Hoff goes a little pop-up pass. Oh, gee, that's not the best. That's gone out of bounds on the full. So Oscar Hodge with the ball. As I said, the lights are on. Cars left the lights on behind the goals up the Pine Avenue end of the ground. Might need to turn them off, otherwise the RAA will have to be here. Or here's Yench or someone else, whatever your insurance broker or whatever. Anyway, get back to the game.
The Adelaide Hills
that's
Insurance. Go to kick.
Kick inside 50. Ingram won a big
Oh,
pack
almost.
situation.
Here we go.
Volleyball sort
Here
of
we go.
stuff here. Petrenko could it? Oh, got the
Yep.
chutney. Umpire
Yep.
said that was high.
Yeah.
Advantage play on, is it? Xavier Parker
Nah,
balls.
it's
No,
gonna
it's
come
going to
back.
have to have a. He kicked the goal.
Play on, Trav.
Nah,
No,
T-Bar.
he's shaking his head.
T-Bar had already signalled.
You want to take them over there, Pistols?
So Petrenko,
That means there might be some left, you reckon?
No, take it.
Petrenko in the pocket. Roy Liebich.
Real quick, we'll see what's called it. They're right down in front of us. What's going on? We're waiting for the ball.
There's a robust chat going on here.
Just saying he ducked into it and whatever.
Well, it's good that they can have at
Yeah.
least a chat. There's
Yep.
no 50-metre penalty handed
Well,
out.
that we have seen that from
Yep.
other umpires, but T-Bar, that's good. He's got good rapport with the players. But
Look at
Let's have a look at this.
he's dropping for a drop pump, boy.
so Roy Liebig will be staring right down the barrel of
I
this.
think you're right. I think he will kick this.
Left foot.
No, just a drop punt.
Right foot.
He sets it up.
Kick
Zevenborn
it right
makes
to
sure
the
it goes
line,
over the line. So Hahndorf moving on to
8-8.
8-8. Blackwood yet to score, add to their quarter-time score. It's still stuck on 2-1. Meanwhile, the Magpies have kicked 2 goals. 3. Oh, they've copped it up. Bennett's held it in there for safety, but he was very lucky as he appealed for the push, but he's very lucky not to get pinged on the ball there.
Jaden J. Hill, Hahndorf's highest first quarter score for the year.
Well,
Yep,
And he's
thanks.
supposed to be studying. Get back to your books, JJ.
so meanwhile, free kick, it's going to go to Matty Tuck here, the reigning male medalist.
He just knew it was going to be raining today, boys.
He did, I think. So, Tuck nurses it foot over.
Oh, no.
Vandenberg back on the ground after his sin bin incident, but
Luke Roberts.
Oh, well done, Hop. Good, got it out to Lukey Roberts. Toe pokes it forward. His chance for Benson as he shepherds off Tuck. So Tuck gets a bit of clear ground, but puts up there, spilt there by Greville, goes back on it. Milson in there as well. Finally hacked forward by Barnes. Taken here by Tainton around the corner. Bouncing ball, lurking there to Hahndorf defence. Is the Stallion keeping the ball in front of him. Scotty Perling going to ground. Ball held in there.
10 minutes gone, second term, Hahndorf 8-8, Blackwood 2-1. As I said, lights are on. Hahndorf have already got 2 goals in this term, Troy Parker, Bors and Williams. Go to Indy shortly with some
Yeah,
stats.
Benson, kick forward.
towards the half-forward line. Perling backing back, took a beautiful chest mark just on the 50-yard.
Here's our
Kick
man
towards Cheney. Here's a chance for the Pies on the counter-attack.
to his mate.
Pop over past to Yench. He's going to work it up the wing here. Goes towards heel territory. Ball hits the deck. Nice flick-out handball by Parker Bors to Zabian. Variety to Ingram. Ingram, little wedge shot inside 50. Cooper Hoff was the target. Benson coming in and sets upon
Salt.
and it's gone out of
Yep.
bounds. Indy, any stats catching your eye in the second term as we've gone towards the 11-minute mark?
Well, I
Hahndorf-
suppose the good news from that last minute is that Blackwood did get their first inside 50 for the quarter. The bad news, it was actually through ball possession from Hahndorf. They've got 9 inside 50s next to their name. They're absolutely dominating the ground at the moment and probably should be getting a bit more reward for their effort, all things considered.
Well, here's a chance.
Gets a chance. Cooper Hoff. Handball straight back to Matt Tuck. So relieves the pressure for the Woods. Steadies. Sees what's on offer. Goes long towards Hopton in opposition to Perling. And the reliable Goat takes another defensive mark. So nurses it up the line to Cooper Hoff. 1 grab, 2 grab. Grabs the slippery ball on the true Yench wing area. So Cooper Hoff, pretty handy this afternoon, puts it in. Jimmy Hopton with a fist, puts it towards the Dreammaker pocket here. Coming across with Sammy Hill, closely guarded there by Baldacera, and the ball across the line. So right down the barrel of Dallas Rogers' camera. You'll see this here on
We'll get a view of him here.
Boundary throw in. Forward line for the Pies, who've had all the attacking in the second term. Zevenboom nicely down the Matt Tuck. Kick outside a defensive 50. Here's a chance for Phil Hopton. Just managed to get a kick away into the middle of the ground. Rivermore's around the area. Sock it out towards the half-forward line. Dykesman picks it up nicely. Set upon. Tried to get a handball out to a teammate there in Moses Milson. Good work by Hayden. Here's a chance for the Pies on the counteract. This is where they go well, Rob. Braden Hopgood kick towards the forward line. Luke Roberts 1-on-1. Ball hits the deck. Oh, nice work there, Oscar Hodge for the Woods. And they're on the counter-attack. Good footy.
Gave it to his interleague teammate from last week, Vandenberg. Bouncing ball. Toe poke forward. This is Hoff again.
Yep.
Gates Hilliard. Hoff goes to ground. Good contest there. Ball comes out here. Hodge. He's doing a power work. He's grabbed there. No, said the umpire. Letting it flow. Vandenberg lurking. Finally it comes out and driven forward there by Alex Scott. Centre half forward area. Hopton's a target. Too strong once again. The high defence comes to that Mancini. Just nurses up the run of Ingram.
Free-flowing footy over the last minute or so.
Ingram goes back in towards the centre. Sam Hayden, 1 grab, 2 grabbers. Taken come in for Blackwood. Mark completed inside 50. Gets it out towards Cheney, who's knocked up, getting kicks in his first half. Nurses it forward. There's a chance for Hop. Good up early was the Blackwood in Benson. Tried to spin his way out. Got a toe poke forward. Grabbed up there by Leake. Gets it out here towards Ingram. Nicky Boy nurses up Sam Hill. Big leap. But good fist there from Nathan Dunn. Pushes the ball over the boundary line. So the guys who are running. And, Hopgood, Ingram, and also Cheney in that back 50.
Yep. Free-flowing footy last few minutes. Zevenboom uncontested. Out towards the boundary line. Benson. Nice work by Hopgood. Good.
Yeah,
he's been dumped to the ground. Is that a sling tackle? No, that's just a
sling.
Don't think it's a yellow. Nah. Hopgood. It's a partial sling there, Rob.
Didn't hit his head.
Hopgood. Kick inside 50. Luke Roberts is the target. Nice fist out towards the boundary. I think that was Bennett.
Well done, Hill.
Oscar Hodge.
Oscar Hodge.
Jeez, I'm impressed with that youngster every time I see him. How West Adelaide, I believe, was on their list and let him go. So
he's a good player. That's no doubt about that one. 8-8 Hahndorf, Blackwood 2-1. 14 minutes gone in the second term. Luke Roberts almost grabbed it out of the ruck. Brings it down. Here's Hodge again. Holding on. Advantage play on. Hodge kicks it down to the wing area. 1-on-3 contest. Perling backing back. Good work. Got the hands from Leake. Perling involved. Sweeping handball from Grivell. He gets it to Ackerman. Williams under pressure from 4 Blackwood players. Have picked it up here. Pistols, I reckon, Blackwood.
Yep. Ball out wide here. Taken by our man Rivermore. Would have been his conditions this morning when it was bucketing down. So Moore puts out. Here's the run of Milson.
Great kick.
Milson takes the half-forward flank area. Next kick will be very important because they just can't penetrate this tight Magpie defence led by the Stallion and Co. And Cheney goes towards the scoreboard pocket. Got a lead there. Here's Cheney again. And also helping him out this time is Leake of the Joel variety. So Joel Leake. What's on offer? Puts it up high. Ball. Pat Gavers. Done it there, off hands. Ball comes in there, locked up there. So Milson with the ball, couldn't get it clear. So umpire Barr just having a word there to Hayden. And actually blood rule, I think it is, Sammy Hayden. Umpire T-Bar was pointing to his forehead. So Sammy Hayden leaves the arena there. Under the blood rule as we get rid of one top player in Hayden, and coming on to replace him is Parker Boz. So Hahndorf blessed with riches here in playing depth, that's for sure. So pretty good to have interleague rep come on to replace another guy who's gone off. So umpire Barr resumes the game. Zevenboom, high leap. Here's Tuck. He's worked his butt off in this quarter. But unfortunately for all their efforts, Blackwood have not scored at the 15.5-minute mark. So 8-8 plays 2-1 here in the call with the Wild. Trust you're enjoying our live stream. And also Lofty 88.9 FM taking our call. So ball forward. Here's a chance for Tate. Off hands there. Blackwood desperately pushing forward. No, and in the end holding the ball, and looks like it's going to be a free kick for Black through Venning, I think it is. Wait for him to turn around. Yes, confirming it to Sammy Venning.
Kicked the first goal of the match for Blackwood.
And so he'd love to kick a second one here, just to give him a little bit of hope heading towards half-time, and just raise the spirits. I said, being competitive, Benny, but unable to get the return on the scoreboard.
So Venning kicking towards the Pine Avenue end. How's the kick? Oh, it looks beautiful off the boot. Oh, it's hit the post. Right up the top of the upright there. So minor score. Blackwood, 2-2. Hahndorf 8-8. Jensch with the kick in. Kicks it towards the half-back flank with one kick. Changes the target. Almost a juggling mark. Held up half-forward line, just near the light tower there. 17 minutes gone. Second term, round 10 action here from German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. Williams, intercept. And a good diving chest mark for the Pies. Their defence holding up well. Haven't conceded a goal in this term. That's Jensch. 2 goals have conceded for the opening half, as Jaden messaged us and said that was their first quarter for the season. Here's Cheney. He'd have to be right up there as one of the best on. The captain for Hahndorf. He's looking out towards the other side. He goes up the wing area. This is a pack situation. Leak. Good overhead mark. Opens it up now for an opportunity for isolating some players inside 50. Hills the target. Good defensive spoil there for the Woods. Out towards the boundary line is Moore. Pies holding the ball. Cooper Hoff the tackler, and it's held up inside 15.
Yeah, good spoil. Ball to Sir on that occasion with the Inspector Gadget arms. Affected a good spoil on Hill. Up they go. Zevenboom hits towards the boundary line. First to get there be Hayden. He sort of slips, grabs the ball, sweeps out a handball. Here's Vandenberg, grabs it, shrubs off opponent. Got it back here to Venning in a turn, gets it forward to Young Fairman. He's just barreled there in a tackle applied there by Nykamp. Interleague teammates last week, Goldie, but no love lost there when you're playing for club colours. So umpire Travis Barr pitches the ball up again. Yep, and a bit blatant there, Lukey, shepherding out Zevenbull. So Sammy Zevenbull performed pretty well as the big man department last week against the big ruckman and Gibson and Tommy Lee Russo for the River Murray. Gets it back here to Tuck, gets out towards the wing area. Bennett's was the target. Hopton's there, also taken by Salt. Can he get the ball away? Yes, he does. Comes back to Hayden, who's covering a bit lot of ground. Comes back here, forward. Tended try as Petrenko. Good work there.
Oscar Hodge.
By Hodge.
Woods are off here.
Up to Hilliard on the vacant wing area. He's got a paddock. He puts it there. Jensch will be the first one to get there. He's got assistance from Eckerman.
Free kick.
Ball bounces over the line, so expect last
touch. Yep.
Yes, and the free kick will go to Matty Jensch. Obviously, already looking to Cheney.
He's going to go into the defensive 50. Goes to the middle of the ground. Rigby Barnes, nice work there, paves the way for Williams. He gets it to Trent Mail, shrugs around a would-be tackler, kick inside 50. Who's down here? Well, coming across is Parker Bohr, Zabian. Nice forward line punch, puts the pressure on the Woods defence here. Benson fumbles, managed to get set upon. Great second effort from Zabian Parker Bohrs, and that's well-deserved from the young man. He put in the forward line punch there, and it worked over to the boundary line and then laid the tackle against Benson. He'll have a shot at goal here on the left foot.
Yeah, just tried to shrug his way clear with strength. Benno running around.
Great goal.
Great goal.
So, Zed Parker Bohrs, his brother kicked the first goal of the term. So, the Parker Bohrs brothers on the goal-scoring sheet here for the Magpies. They just go further ahead. 9-8 plays 2-2. Just check the oil too, will you, Rob? Rob Sherwood just wiping the windscreen here for us of the Dream Maker. So Hahndorf in control here. Just precision football, even though it's difficult conditions, although the rain has abated, but some of their tools are just marking as if it's a dry day here, Goldie. So back in the centre, Zevenboom went early. Matt Roberts at ground level. Ball pushed forward for the Woods. We've got this Benson. Handball comes out to Parker Bowes. Looked like he was held. No, said the umpire. Ball held in under the pack. And umpire Cam Rule come and ball up. So 9-8 plays 2-2, 21 minutes just about to tick over here. German Arms over in Hahndorf, round 10 action. Zevenborn fists the ball forward. Well done by Venning. Got it out to a teammate there around the corner. High kick.
Dykesman.
Only Venning and Dykesman, the only two to kick goals this afternoon. So Blackwood. So 3-3 this quarter. Goldie plays 2 behinds. Hahndorf in control.
Kick out was intended there for Salt, and he's wrapped up in the tackle. 22-minute mark gone. Hahndorf 9-8. Blackwood 2-2. Umpire Rule throw the ball up. Roberts won that one. Matt. Oh, dumped to the ground.
Hanging on, surely.
No, that's just a free kick.
Trent Mile, is it?
So Sam Williams,
Sam Williams again.
Back line. Immediately looks inboard. Then he'll go down the line here on the wing. Luke Roberts is the target along with Nykamp. Ball hits the deck. Trying to win out there was Hillard. Parker Bors barreling his way through. Got it to Petrenko. Cleverly inboard. Tried to get it to Parker Bors. Good pressure from the Woods. Here's Salt. He got it over to Luke Roberts. Wheeling around, looking for a teammate to run for him. Benson soccers it nicely off the ground for the Woods out towards the wing area. How are they going to go here? Oh, bit of a fumble there, pushed out of it. Rigby Barnes paves the way for Sam Hayden. Kicks it towards centre half forward, diving with Salt. Petrenko crumbs it, has a flying shot at goal and nails it with a bounce towards the goals. Lovely work from the Pies to start the roll now, Rob.
Yeah, he just had so much time and space, didn't he? As soon as he got it, he looked up and it was almost casual-like, but yeah, kicked it and another great goal, another good small forward.
So the Petrenko with his second goal of the afternoon at Hahndorf, as the boys said, just extend their lead. It's at 10-8. Plays 2-3, 23 minutes, just about to tick over here, second term.
And Blackwood only kicked the point, Pistols, haven't they?
Two behinds for this quarter. Yeah, they're stuck on, we're 2-1, 2-2. So, yeah. Work to do for the Woods, understatement. So back in the centre, Zevenborn, early leap. In the end, no one got the ruck. Comes out here to Vandenberg. Gets it out towards Hilliard. Weaves his way through traffic. Gets a bit of space. Goes out wide looking for the skipper and Dykesman. Good contest there. Ball comes to ground. Well done by young Grivell. But round here is Milson for Blackwood. Puts down towards the pocket area. Waiting way back there is
Rigby Barnes.
Rigby Barnes. All Pies. He gets across to the skipper in Cheney, who's knocked up. In turn, he gets across to our other old man in Nicky Ingram, right in the back pocket area, just around from the scoreboard. As said, reading 10-8 to 2-3. So Nick Ingram, high kick further forward. Good mark in the middle of the pack taken by Venning for Blackwood. He's worked pretty hard this afternoon so far. Gets it across the centre, finds Benson in the centre square. Firm turf there. Underground pass, and he's found his target there in Alex Scott. Scott will go further inside 50 towards the pocket and falls in the arms of that man Cheney, who's just reading the ball like a bestseller this afternoon, Goldie.
He's having a day out, that's for sure. Goes into the back pocket area, finds Eckerman. Started the season in the reserves and now finding him spot in the A grade. Last couple of years, A grade premiership player, one of the younger players in the team over recent years. Luke Roberts, meantime. Kick towards the half-forward line. Ball's held up. 25 minutes gone. Hahndorf 10-8. Blackwood 2-3. We'll go around the ground shortly. Nice work there. Roberts. Ball hits the deck. Once again set upon. Goal kickers so far in this term. Parker Bors, Troy Parker Bors, Sam Williams, Abian Parker Bors and Petrenko. So a 4-goal quarter for the Pies after their best first quarter for the season where they kicked 6 goals to 2. Blackwood haven't got a goal on the board in this term, and at the moment Hahndorf skipped out to a very handy 54-point lead. Of course, they've won 5 games, I think, by over 100 points. Here's Ingram, meantime. Kicks it towards the wing area. Luke Robert put the 1 mid up. And a good tackle there by Joel Leake.
Yep, looked like it was ball to Sarah. Couldn't get rid of the ball, so once again, umpire T-Bar will come in and bounce up just inside the centre square. Brought up Zevenborn. Roberts, ball comes down. That's all she cries, says umpire T-Bar for the first half. So Hahndorf, just a little bit of challenge midway through the first term, then kicked the last couple of goals of that first term. 6-5 to 2-2 they led at quarter time, and now they've pulled away. Sorry, only the one behind here. So it's 10-8 to 2-3 at half time. A pretty handy lead here for sure. So, yeah. So, as we go around the grounds here, just bring you update other scores in the Hills Football League this afternoon. Half-time Raiders 3-2 leading Mount Barker 1-2. Nan Bremer 4-5 leading Achunga 2-4. Can the Rams hang on this week?
Yep, there we go.
And Division 2, I think Meadows would have gone to the local derby with a little bit of confidence. Half-time Kangaroo 6-1, Meadows 4 behinds.
Really?
So the Southern Blues showing, could be
flexing their muscles.
Favouritism, Goldie, for their first flag since 2006.
2006.
All right, we might go down to the man who's got all the stats that matter, Indy Rogers.
Yeah, so far less centre clearances in that quarter as a result of probably less goals overall, but all of them, of course, as we saw, came off the boot of Hahndorf. And I have to say, most of the inside 50s for Blackwood as well came within some of that junk time towards the end of the quarter, and only 8 for the quarter overall. It's actually the same as their previous term, but once again, a lot of those coming in junk time, and none of those resulting in a goal either. This was compared to 18 inside 50s, which Hahndorf managed to grab. Not to mention, of course, the hit-out numbers, once again being the only minute advantage for Blackwood, but it really isn't adding too much to their game, and they're still dropping off quite a bit at the stoppages as well, and despite coming out with a bit of momentum in that area, I feel like they've slowed down just a little bit within it as well. There isn't much to say about Blackwood's performance at the moment. They're simply not playing to their brand, and certainly not to the best of their ability. I'm not sure what they can make up with in the second half, but a lot of it will have to come in the form of the ground dominance that we're seeing right now, because they're certainly not getting enough inside 50s compared to their opposition, and I feel like that's what they've got to focus on.
Thank you very much there to Indy Rogers, doing a great job holding the fort this afternoon, while his usual partner Jaden Jays are sitting home by the fire. It's supposed to be studying, boys, but yeah, interesting there. So Hahndorf, just looking at the, as Goldie said, 10-8 to 2-3, just looking at the leading goal kickers on the ground. It's in tough conditions, but Petrenko has kicked 2, Williams has kicked 2, Hoff, Ingram, Luke, Roberts, Nykamp, T. Parker Bors, Z. Parker Bors, and Petrenko. So Petrenko and Williams, the multiple goal kickers in that 10 goal. And for Blackwood, well, a much shorter list, as you'd suggest, with only 2 goals on the board. Venning and Dykesman, both of those coming in the first term. So bit of work to do. So, before we go to a short break here.
Oh, all right, Phil.
Here he is. Here he is. G'day, Kieran Spawn. Here's our man.
Well,
You stitched me up though, you bloke.
Why is that, mate?
You didn't tell me it was the 20th anniversary of Hahndorf.
So you've had a few?
No, I haven't had any yet.
You've done the right thing, mate. Well done. Thanks for coming over.
Just sliding into the...
Yeah, I didn't know it was the 20th anniversary though.
So just sliding into the chair here.
You're going to get an Uber home, mate.
It's a great man. We'll just go around, as we just go around the grounds half time again. Kangaroo 6-1 leading Meadows 4 behinds. Div 1, Raiders 3-2, Mount Barker 1-2, Nan Bremer 4-5, Achunga 2-4, and Robbie Sherwood, Mount Lofty 9-2, leading Lubethal Tigers 7-5 up at...
It's only half time, mate. Don't get too carried away.
Sunny Goat Park. But, I tell you what... very excited to have this man in the room.
Mate, he's hard to get, I'll tell you. I keep running into him.
I tell you what, a man might have, well, unfortunately, as you said, premiership celebrations here, 1991. But the coach of the Blackwood Football Club that day was the man who's been good enough to join us, Kieran Spawn. Kieran, welcome to the Call of the Wild, mate.
Boys.
No, our pleasure, mate.
Pay for it.
Now, we'll just quickly, your career, West Adelaide boy. Come down from what, Murrayville?
Murrayville, yeah. Back in 85. Packed up my gear as an 18-year-old and drove to Adelaide. I actually could have gone to North Adelaide because my father played there.
Yeah, of course.
And,
Premiership Ruckman, the great Gary,
Gazza sport. No, it was, and then I did train with both sides, but I felt more comfortable as a country lad at Westies, and Jack Carr was coaching there then.
Oh, okay.
And Michael Noonan was coaching North Adelaide. So I've trained with both, but it's a bit clicky at North, and felt more comfortable. I remember my name when I went back to train at Westies, so that sort of convinced me to stay at Westies.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, couldn't been any...
Jack
Well,
Carr.
very good at it, mate. You won the best first-year player, 1986.
Yeah.
Sam Suckling Medal.
That's it.
Great award to
See,
have.
we do our homework,
Hey.
mate.
Yeah.
We know more about you than you know.
And then
Well-
the next year, second year, you won your best and first, which
Yeah.
was the Trebilsi Medal back in those
Well,
days.
that's
Named
right.
after the great man
Very-
Ferris, of course.
Yeah, hairdresser.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a few vouchers out of him, did you?
Yeah. Mullet was in back then.
And of course, 88 you played, and then go across to, Essendon,
Essendon,
89.
Yeah, it was good fun. That was
Yeah.
a good time. Well, it was a bit of an eye-opener. I was 76 kgs ring and wet, I reckon, when I went over.
Yeah.
Probably finished up when I left. I was 86, so I intend to put a bit of weight on over there.
And of course, one of the highlights, I reckon, in your career, we've been playing against my boys in the 1990
That's
grand
why I
final.
don't like black and white. I always,
Now, if I'm right, Kieran, I reckon you and Greg Anderson were the South Australian wingmen
we were, yeah.
in that game.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. There was plenty. Well, Antrobus didn't play that day, but there was a few come over. Dave Brenville played
Yeah.
as well.
Now, as a Collingwood man, I'd suggest the draw against West Coast really stuffed up your plans.
Absolutely stuffed us. So look, not a day goes past, I don't really think about it. It was
Really?
we
Got to let it go,
I
Kieran.
know, but it comes up. That did hurt us. We were there watching that game. And
Yeah, sure.
We'd beaten Collingwood fairly well the week before. The Eagles the week before. I played on Kemp, and got him most of the time we played him. But yeah, that hurt us. We had to train another 2 weeks before we could play again, and we organised a trial game against Fitzroy, but they were already on their footy season piss up, and
Oh, right.
it wasn't really a decent game, and it just set us back. It made it really hard to you get too long to think about it, and then we obviously had to fight at quarter time, and I think I haven't really watched the whole game. I've watched that second quarter a couple of times, and it's just ridiculous. It was just like we were still hunting heads, and they got a couple of frees early, and next thing they got 4 goals, and we were chasing.
Held to about 4 goals for the game. I
Yeah,
think,
and that was
something
about
like
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We that second quarter stuffed us, and the umpires took a bit of control, but no, we hung in, but it was just really
The
disappointing.
one that got away. Yeah.
I think I had about 18 stitches in my head after the game.
Well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Him sitting there.
No,
Where's,
yeah.
where's your
Never
Collingwood
told
at,
me
mate?
the Collingwood supporter.
actually, too, I got the Collingwood
bet
top
he has
underneath.
too.
So, end of 1993, you move on from the Bombers.
Yeah, should have
Amazing
stayed.
win, or-
I should have stayed, but look, there's a few of us getting a bit shitty. I had an average year. That year, my son was born and wasn't sleeping
Yeah.
that well, and I wasn't doing extra training back then.
Yeah.
That year, where I was always sort of doing extra work, but I just didn't have a good year. I played the first 4 games and then got dropped and couldn't get back in. The baby Bombers come flying past, all the Purdy and Ola Renshaw and
So across
Mercury.
to Fitzroy
Fitzroy.
for 12 games.
That was interesting,
How did you
yeah.
find that? Like
it was an eye-opener.
coming from a club like Essendon,
Ritz
which
club.
obviously professional, yeah, Ritz club.
Oh, we were always fundraising.
I've heard some blokes saying like team selection was like in the pub. It was like a country football
Yeah, it
club, and they
was-
just said they had a little bongo van like Blackwood Football Club to take all their stuff around.
Oh, it was definitely eye-opener, but it was great to play with Paul Roos and
Yeah,
Ross Lyon.
Lynchy still there then?
No, Lynchy had already
Lynchy
gone,
but
but Mark Zanotti and
Okay.
just some
actually, when
really
you look
good
at some of the
players.
footballers who did
Yeah.
play fantastic Fitzroy, and it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
sad to let them see
We
them
started the
disappear.
year off real well and we were.
Who
we
was
won the
coaching
first
that
4
year?
Robert Shaw.
Okay, yeah.
We won the first.
The
4
great Robert
4 out of
Shaw.
5. Yeah. He's a bit of a different cat. But yeah, we won a few games early, but obviously the depths, and then it was just one of those years. I ended up, my body was starting to go, my knees were failing me a bit, so I could have had one more year at Fitzroy as well. Bernie Quinlan was taking over, and
Yeah.
he rang, and I said, "Oh, I'm just going to go back to SANFL, back to Bloods."
So here at half time on the
Yeah.
Call of the Wild, we're talking with Kieran Spawn's been good enough to join us. So age of 28, you retired.
Yeah,
What, from all footy, or you come back and play this?
No, I would have liked to have played, but I had a knee surgery, and Doc Greg Keane said you can't
No
give
good.
it away. No, it's you're bone on bone.
Wow.
He sort of drilled holes in it to form a skin, and that lasted me a fair while, but I just couldn't play, couldn't run. Would have liked to, but I went and I helped Mickey Taylor coaching at Westies, and then got the job at Blackwood. And
Yes.
then another one, I probably should have stayed a couple more years, but got went to Goodwood. Just didn't fit at Goodwood. I really enjoyed the time at Blackwood and just didn't enjoy the fit there. Probably dropped off doing the hard work and just had 1 year.
And of course, 17s and 18s down at Westies.
Yeah,
Also helped
17s.
Andy Collins as well.
Yeah, I did 1 year of 17s when Andrew first came over, and then they went to 18s, and then you needed Greg Miller come in and took that role. So we swapped. I went to the A grade with Colo, and Greg Miller come down to the 18s because you had to do more. That was the first year of the 18s. Had to do more computer work and structured stuff. So yeah.
Just so happen to have this here, Kieran.
There he goes. He'll never let you
Oh,
go,
you
mate.
used to.
He'll
Well,
never let you
We're
go.
going to let you. You're
Well,
going
you do have the right of reply because we did have Shane Grimm on the huddle during Week Our
Yes.
Sports Show. We
Right.
spoke to Shane, who unfortunately can't be here because he's up at Port Perrin. The Gold Coast.
He said
Right.
thanks for letting him kick 9 after half time.
Yeah, I knew that. We thought that'd come up today, and we fought about it for three-quarter time and during the last quarter about who's going to go on Grimmy, and I stuck it out with Ben Shaughnessy, and look, he was shattered after game.
All right, Ben
left-
wearing
left him
as
on
the
there
appropriate Guernsey number 13
yes,
that day.
and he was. I thought he was our best man for it. We tossed up about putting Damien Venning back on him, but then we're taking Damien out of the ruck, and it was a high scoring game, 21 goals to 18.
Yeah. So I think you'd beaten them twice during the year, and then they got you in the second semi in a wet game out at Lobe.
Yeah, Lobe, it was a freezing cold wet
well.
day, and we had a lot of young kids. It was the coldest day I've ever felt. They did it smart. They stayed in the rooms longer until the umpires come and got them. We were out in the oval freezing our whatever's off, and I had a young ruckman, and he's nearly turning blue, and his teeth are chattering. And umpires, get a Hahndorf out. They're in there around the heater, warming their hands.
Yeah, well, as you can see here,
I'm
mate,
not
it
sure whether
was
smarter or.
a great game, a memorable
Wasn't
game, I suppose, for one man's
Yeah, we
contribution.
probably had a couple of players. We went in a bit underdone. I had to. Scotty Felder had to do a fitness test that morning. I'm not sure how he got through the game with his hammy, but he did. He actually played all right. We had a few other
As
guys
I said,
a bit
Big
underdone.
Cam Gregg, he only kicked one, but he
Yeah,
actually
it's the
missed four.
worst game he had for the year. His ankle wasn't quite right. We probably had a couple. Burnsy was a bit sore in the ankles area, and but it was a good game.
So as you said, the Hills footy, and because of your background, mate, in community football, playing for Murrayville, who battle on.
Still hanging in.
Yeah, they do. It's
somehow.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because
We had a
unfortunately,
year off last year.
yeah, because of the
Right.
COVID situation, been the only Victorian team. But you love a community football, and Blackwood, because your boy Reese.
Yeah, he's got a fracture in his foot. It's
Is
taken
that
a
what?
bit longer
Because
to
we love
heal.
seeing him run around
Well,
the
I was hoping
travelling picture show.
hopefully- Yeah. Well, he's got a couple of new ones. I'm not happy about it.
Oh, really?
But he's would have hoped only been 3 or 4, but he's still fraction sore. Might have been nearly able to play today, but
Yeah.
I think he'll play next week. And then there's a bye, so
Yeah.
I think you hope to have a good run into the finals.
Yeah.
But I think Blackwood are hanging in there.
Yeah.
Not too
And the standard Hills footy, obviously, as you said, you were involved with
love it.
amateurs, and it's
I
good
love
stuff.
it. Yeah, I love it. And Reece
You obviously
is
get
always
up
playing
quite
up
often
here.
to watch
Yeah,
things.
I don't. He missed a fair whack at footy with a real bad knee at Blackwood, so we always try and get up and watch every game. Yeah, love
Yeah,
it.
and the
It's a
Bloods,
great
of
time.
course.
And the Bloods. I don't get there that much because I come here, but there's a Friday night game or a Sunday game. I get and watch the Bloods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just in closing, Kieran has said once again, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate your time. Kevin Cheedy, as a man,
Yeah.
as a coach.
Yeah, well,
How do
great
you
man. I mean,
Yep.
I should have stayed there. I had a meeting with him and I said, oh, look, shit, I think I'm just going to go. And that was sort of the end of the meeting. And then a few of the players said, why'd you let him go for? And I should have just stayed probably another year or two. But I still had a contract, but decided to have another crack somewhere else. But he's a great man. When I coached at Blackwood, he did the come up and did a speaking thing. We made money.
Yeah.
Come to Goodwood, made money. He did one for my wife for basketball.
Is that the one halves come up?
Yeah, halves as well, and then he did one for my wife, and he come back to the house after for a couple of red wine. So no, he's a great man.
Beautiful,
Great man.
mate. And you're a great man yourself,
Yeah.
mate. So
All right. Thanks for having me, boys.
appreciate
the best.
giving us a bit of time,
Appreciate
mate.
that,
And,
mate.
yeah.
Really good.
And you better go out and tell those Hahndorf blokes up there what could have been, mate. All right.
Go on.
Thank you very much.
Anytime, boys.
Thank you very much, Kieran
Thanks, Kieran.
Spawn, joining us there. So back to the game here. It started the second half. Hahndorf 10-8 leading Blackwood
Williams
2-3.
out of the middle.
So straight away, Hahndorf into attack. Ball off hands there. And 3 for a minor scored. So first score has taken approximately 11 seconds here, Benny Goldfinch. And Hahndorf still continuing on. They've got a 54 point lead, but really not taking their foot off the pedal.
Tell you what, boys, you look at Kieran, he's hobbling. He's a hobbler. Jeez, great man, though.
Great chat.
So the Woods kicking towards us in this third term. Lights are on. Overcast conditions. Not raining out there at the moment, Rob.
No, clearing up, boys. Clouds lifting, so
Let's see how that goes.
hopefully.
Free kick here for the Woods. They'll be looking for the first goal after going through that second term goalless. Kick back into the defensive 50. We'll get the goal kickers in the first half for them. Venning and Dykesman in the first term for Hahndorf. They opened up with their best first quarter for the season with 6 goals and then kicked 4 in that second term, Rob, and they're in a lovely position here, 10-9 to 2-3.
8 goals, 6. What's that? 9 sixes are 54 points ahead.
Here's a chance for the goal kicker. One of them, anyway, was Venning, but it's cut off.
Williams
got it to Parker Bors. Troy, Luke Roberts, little low ball kick inside 50.
Petrenko?
I think that's Cooper Hoff.
Oh, Cooper, yep.
He goes to Nykamp, tied on the boundary line in the Pies forward 50 area. Toe poke. Woods defence under pressure. Parker Bors, Troy, flicked on beautifully by Nykamp. Cut out here by Matt Tuck, last year's male medalist for Blackwood. Trying to take the mark there for the Pies was Ingram. Held up half forward line.
Yeah, hang on.
So it'll be a free kick for Troy Parker Bors, who represented the Hills last week in the Interleague with the helmet on. Looking to Yench with the handball. Of course, on the scene there. But Troy Parker Bors, he'll let rip from outside the 50. Deep kick towards the edge of the goal square. Luke Roberts will put up the mitts. Almost took the mark. Clearing kick from the Woods. High ball. Didn't go 15. Went 20 metres high in the air near the scoreboard, which reads, as I said, Hahndorf 10-9, Blackwood 2-3. Clearing kick from the Woods, out of defence, out towards the wing. Cheney over the top. Nice
here we go.
defensive spoil, Perling. Back to Cheney. Cheney will kick it inside 50 beautifully. Here's Cooper Hoff. He takes the mark in the long sleeves. And he'll go back at the 3-minute mark in the third term to continue the status quo, which is Hahndorf 10-9, Blackwood 2-3. And Hahndorf have kicked, I'll tally it up here, in a row, 8 goals in a row, Rob.
54-point margin. Soon to be 10 goals, you would think.
Oh, Cooper Hoff finds a little player drifting here into space. And that's Sam Hayden, who usually uses the ball nicely. He's kicked 5 goals this season, Sam Hayden. So Hayden kicking towards the Pine Avenue end. First blood in this third term. Goes for goal. Oh, sprays it out towards the pocket. Luke Roberts, almost a chest mark. Russ tied on the boundary line. It's gone off his chest, and it'll be a boundary throw-in at the 4-minute mark. Third term, Hahndorf 10-9. As I said, they've kicked 8 goals on the trot, and Blackwood 2-3.
So Ruckman Gabba, Roberts, Lukey against Zevenborn. Ball comes down there. Ball held in there. Attempted clearance. Looked like it was Petrenko. So once again, the big men will go at it. Leaper again with Zevenborn. Got it down. Tuck tried to hack it in. Ball back in under ground level conditions. Fed out the back door. Feverish work there from the Blackwood defence. So it might be Jimmy Hopton at ground level. And it's been Hopgood, Mark. Hopgood watching from Waikato in New Zealand. Uncle Mark watching Braden Hopgood play. So, and hopefully we'll get Dylan back on the paddock soon too. Also
hopefully. Yep.
So meanwhile, one of our favourites, the GOAT, 5-time premiership player, Perling, puts it up. Ball comes down. Good work there by Hopgood there. Ball
great
comes
handball.
out here to Hayden. Hayden's got some dry turf there. He leans back and goes bang towards the Pine Avenue end goals. It's come back nicely. And that's a great conversion there by Sammy Hayden.
Can I just say there's 24 Magpies on the ground at the moment. There's 6 Magpies in the defensive 50.
As in the birds.
There's 6 birds.
That was a great handball, though, Goldie, from Williams.
Yep.
That found Hayden out.
And Braden Hopgood getting involved in that. So Uncle Mark would be pretty happy with that over in the land of the long white cloud. Just going around the grounds again, half-time scores. Kangaroo 6-1, Meadows 4 behind. Kersbrook, Goldie, 20 goals, 6. Yep. Torrens Valley 1 behind. Raiders 3-2, Mount Barker 1-2, Nan Bremer 4-5, Achunga 2-4, and Mount Lofty 9-2, leading at Lobethal 7-5 at half time. Back here at German Arms Oval, ball comes in here, trying to burst his way through and got it clear was Williams. Ball sits there for Hopgood since Uncle's been watching. He's got a million kicks. Comes back here to Williams, puts it up forward, done in the pack. Over the top was Roberts, bouncing ball. Hopkins in pursuit, James Variety, but over the boundary line by the behind post. So 11-9 Hahndorf, 2-3 Blackwood have kicked one behind, boys, since quarter time when Hahndorf led 6-5 to 2-2. So the same
boundary throw-in inside the forward 50 here for the Pies. Ball shovels out. Tackled there by Benson. Brings the opponent to ground.
Oh, it says 11 degrees, boys. Robbie Sherwood, you'd be happy to know that.
11 degrees here in Hahndorf.
Yeah, I was thinking of taking the
Take the cardigan
waterproof off.
Ball went up. Here's a chance for Luke Roberts. He's set upon in the tackle. Umpire Bar comes in. So Rucks will go at it. Lurking there is Hopgood. Ball's come out here to Parker Bors. Zabian Variety. Just near the scoreboard, well lit up here. Hopgood tied on the boundary line. Oh,
sling tackle.
Slung to the ground.
Yeah,
It's a free kick to
Benson, I think it is.
Benson for holding the ball. So
It's a bit tough, boys.
Daniel Benson just near the German Arms Oval sign. 7 minutes gone. Third term. Hahndorf 11-9. Blackwood 2-3. Kick from Benson up the wing area. I was taken by Ingram for Hahndorf. Kick inside 50 deep, right to the goal line. And a mark there on the last line by Dunn.
Nathan Dunn batted pretty well in defence this afternoon. He's been under siege often as he goes out here wide to a teammate. Look, Scott. Oh, well defended there by Cheney. Close to the line. And, sorry, it was Hayden. Hayden happy to take it over the line in front of the pedestrian crossing here. German Arms Oval. So he'll pitch it back in. Looks like an interchange waiting to happen there for Blackwood. Zevenboom in front, got it down. Locked in there, finally comes out here towards Vandenberg, close to boundary line. He's got support from a teammate there in Banish, goes forward, his teammate slipped over, which allowed Jens just to sneak through. Off to the races is Matthew, puts it up forward, diving attempt by Chucky, goes to ground level. Here's a chance for Petrenko. Oh, clever little toe poke, lifted the eyes and saw Williams running into space.
How did he get out of that, Petrenko?
Yeah, well, just magical football like that goal he kicked there in the first term.
He's already kicked 2 goals.
So Sammy Williams, I tell you what, we talked about Hayden and Cheney, but I tell you, this bloke consistent week in, week out. And once again, putting in a good performance here this afternoon. As Benny Goldfinch said, 2 goals on the board, chance for his third as he goes towards the Pine Avenue end. He'll kick from about 48. You can see he's going to fall short.
Oh, it's right, Mark, right on the line, Luke Roberts.
Lukey Dookie stuck him up and he stuck there, so... What's he going to do here, Goldie? He'll run round?
I think he'll run around.
Or Hilliard coming in to block that sort of thought. So Lukey Roberts already kicked a goal this afternoon, has 19 for the season.
Or is he going to go just to drop punt?
Maybe
he's going to just go with the bang. I think he's just going to have it a shot. Yeah, he
He's
does.
got it.
Just
Lukey Roberts.
Slam it on the boot, straight through the middle.
Wonderful kicking pedigree in the family through his old man John. Kicked 16 one day at Footy Park.
Woodville.
Which will never be bettered.
For Woodville?
Yeah. Also told me in his first game for South Melbourne back in the old days at the Lakeside Oval, when he went over there, in his first game, kicked the goal that won the game. So he didn't kick a goal of his first kick, but he kicked the goal to win it. So
I heard
he was the toast of the town.
Yep.
So and because Lukey Roberts will be the toast of the town at the moment.
Indy, stats. Indy.
He's
eating the gravy chips. You want to have some stats?
Stats, Indy?
Yep, 1 inside 50 to 8. So very similar story is painting the picture for this game, and it's just the lack of entries in general for Blackwood, and normally that's part of their strong suit. So yeah, certainly they haven't been able to play to that style that they know very well today, and potentially Blackwood certainly forced them out of it.
So back in the centre, Matt Roberts goes out Zeverboom. He went in his own, got in the direction of Tuck in the cricket pitch area. Tuck toe poked it forward, but Jens playing in front takes the intercept mark for the Pies. True centre half back position, Matty Jens, of course former Adelaide Crow. Lee Creek Jr. nurses up the line to Ingram. He's had a good day out also. Oh, that could be 50, you'd think.
Should be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ran around the mark though, boys.
Ingram goes down towards Camp Dunham as Zevenboom. The big man takes the mark and will relieve the pressure on this occasion.
So Zevon Boom goes out towards Blackwood's interchange bench.
Banish, I think.
Banish or Fairman? Banish, I think.
No, Fairman's, I think.
Fairman, yep. He goes back towards the defensive 50 to Hodge. With Xavier Parker-Bowes on the mark. So Hodge goes with a short pass.
Tayton.
Oh, just takes the mark. Tayton overhead with Sam Hayden on the mark. Lights are on, as I said. You can pick them up. Out towards the boundary line.
Scott
takes the mark for Blackwood. 2-3. They haven't scored since the 19-minute mark of the first quarter, Rob. Here's a chance. Oh, their goal kicker. One of their only goal kickers in Venning.
Yep.
Patient build-up. At least got it to this position. Kick towards the interchange bench area. Oh, Perling. Just brute strength from the GOAT. Takes the mark near Hahndorf's interchange
We
bench.
talked about 5 premiership medallions, Goldie, I think, in the celebrations up here. Lester Francis has won 6. So closing in, and this man
Salt.
will be closing in the future. And a great mark there by Benny Salt. Wastes no time, puts it up. Luke Roberts under the forward of the ball. And,
Takes it.
you can see that coming.
Just too big, aren't they? Too big and
Too
strong.
big, too strong, too good. So Lukey Roberts a chance to kick consecutive goals here for the Pies.
And it's just the scoreboard just slowly ticks over, doesn't it? The next thing
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's
Look up and they're 15 goal down.
Well, when you turn over the ball as a sort of playing possession football Blackwood, then the Stallion gets involved in Perling. And as you said, the turnover usually results in a goal. Don't let me down, Luke.
He likes it.
He doesn't say.
Just,
Lukey, back to
Is that
back.
his third or second?
That's his third.
So that's now out to just 72 points now.
Yeah, with a blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye, you know, it's just this gradual build-up.
Yep.
I think Hahndorf have won 5 games over 100 points this year.
I tell you what, in these conditions, which aren't the easiest, they are certainly keeping the pedal to the metal, so to speak. As I said, went into this game 21% clear of Blackwood on the premiership table, and also the 3 wins, but 21%, that's a hell of a lot of
They've
difference.
kicked 9 goals on the trot now, 9 goals in a row.
And Goldie, you said 19-minute mark of the first quarter was Blackwood's last goal?
Yep.
So Zevenboom up against Leake, having a run to right. Leake got it down. Trent Mail there, well done, friends his way through,
Ooh.
and then the kick is smothered by Zevenboom. Going back in there is Hayden. He's wrapped up in a good, strong tackle applied there by Benson, I think it was. So once again, umpire rule will recommence play. So Zevenboom, Leake comes out there, well read by Nicky Ingram, grabs the ball, got support from Hoff, but decides to go by Boone himself. Down here's Hodge. Again, working diligently in defence for the Woods, takes that over the boundary line. As I said, every time I see him, very impressed. Very impressed.
We get another message here, Pistols, from Anthony Hill.
Anthony Hill. Thanks again for the call, fellas. Watching from beautiful 32 degrees Darwin. In the shorts and T-shirt.
Looking freezing down there.
Anthony, I thought you'd be out at Hidden Valley. He's probably going out tomorrow for the supercars and the super bikes. So hope your beer doesn't get warm, Anthony. So, no doubt you'll be having one for every goal that the Pies kick. Good afternoon for you. As the ball comes out here, locked in at ground level. Strong work there. Finally, Mail tried to get it out. Here's Hayden. Oh, gets it out towards Roberts. Doing the burrowing work, Lukey, kicking goals and groundwork as well. Finally, the ball is held in there. So, Hahndorf, you can't fault the endeavour here at Blackwood. They're having a crack, but as Goldie said, they just can't get a score on the board. Comes out here towards Ingram. He goes to ground. Oh, Milson over the top. Timmy Watson style there as he hurdled him. Better push and shove here. Boys.
Of course, Hahndorf's last loss. Oh, just Indy.
And Benson getting a free kick.
Just those stats from Jaden that he sent in about Hahndorf's last loss here and the head-to-head records. Just some of those again.
Yes, so the head-to-head record, as we established just before the game, they've won 20 of the last 27 games against Blackwood Hahndorf. They've also won 9 of the last 11 games against Blackwood at this ground, the German Arms Oval. The last time they lost at Blackwood was the 2017 Grand Final, as we know. The last time they lost at the German Arms Oval was round 8, 2016. They haven't lost here in over 5 years. Massive statistic.
So Barnes gets forward to Zevenboom. Thanks to Indy there. Stolen there by Hoff. Runs forward and just nicely puts out in front of Xavier.
I think it was an accident, but
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He's
dry weather football, just to grab and then a disposal. So Xavier and Parker Bowles.
Played interleague last week. Oh,
Yep.
hello, Yench, on cue. Thank you very much. Put this one down.
Silky one who once a game steals it. So Matty Yench getting on the growing list of goal kickers here this afternoon.
He's just like a rat, isn't he? Hanging around the drain pipe. Just give me a handball.
Is he the new
I don't
tip-
even
tip
know
rat?
if that was a handball. I think he might have just taken the ball.
Out of his hands. That was a great kick, though. Gee, a beautiful kick, isn't he?
Yeah, so Zed Parker Bowles is standing there and he's still got his hands
actually-
shaped where the ball is.
and he's made-
What's going on here? The Invisible Man's Cup.
Captain's... No, he's not captain anymore, is he? I was going to say captain's
he
call.
was.
Handed it up.
Yep.
So Matty Yates bringing up the 14th goal. 14-9 plays 2-3, 15 and a half minutes gone.
That's 10 goals in a row now.
Zevenborg down, busting his way through as Williams, and that deflected there by Vandenberg. Good strong work at ground level there by
Leak, I
Leak.
think.
Yeah, the big ruckman.
Indy, just any stats that you're picking up on this status quo?
Again, 11 inside 50s to 3. There isn't too much more to say. Very much the same statistics as we've seen for the majority of this game. Although there is a potential statistic that I should bring up at three-quarter time, so we'll await that.
We'll
Okay,
wait for that
great play there by Hyde. Individual effort. Gathers the ball, puts it forward. Cheney. Eckerman grabs it, dispossesses. A chance for Phil Hopton. Feeds it out to young Fairman. Pokes it forward. Here's Hayden working both ends of the ground. Yedge lurking. Trying to bust his way through as Matty T. Perling involved. Flashing through there with Sarford Scott. Goes to the ground as Hopton. And finally, I think on the ball will be held up there. So, as you said, the status quo remains. Robbie Sherwood, but Blackwood look like they've laid over and roll over and lay down.
They're just undersized. They're just undersized.
Here's T. Got it out to Fairman. Snapped forward, taken by Parker Bors. Just the 15 metres there. Troy Parker Bors. Oh, here's Yench. Hello.
Give me
Kick
another.
out towards the half-back flank, taken by Sam Hayden here. So Hayden works the ball up the wing area. And is that last touch?
No. And, of course, a big hello to, no doubt, telling some tall tales up, the 2001 assistant premiership coach and the great BJ Yench.
Are we on the big screen up there, Rob? Is there Call of the Wild on the screen?
I would say it might
guess
be.
it is.
They've probably got the
Boundary
2001
throw in.
replay on.
Here's Joel Leake, goes to Sam Williams. Over the top, Xavier Parker Balls will work it forward for the Pies once again on that left boot. Beautifully into the pocket. Luke Roberts puts up the miss. Oh, what's he done there?
Oh,
that's a goal of the year.
That is not allowed, Luke Roberts. Oh, my goodness.
Did they pay him the mark?
I don't know if he
drop
paid the
it?
mark. He's backing back into the forward pocket and
He
somehow got
fell
a foot
over.
to the
He
boot.
fell over.
Fell over and then managed to dribble that one in the right forward pocket. Let's have a look at the replay here anyway on our system. Chain of hands. Xavier Parker Bors goes forward. Kick towards Luke Roberts. Ball hit the deck and then he's managed to, on his knees, kick a goal. Incredible stuff.
The Blackwood defender there, and T, I think, was he just shaking his head. He
What
said,
can you do?
That is not allowed.
That's 11 goals in a row now for Hahndorf.
84-point margin, boys.
So the Magpies rampaging here against the Woods. Ball comes out. Here's Vanderberg. Here's a chance for the Woods to go and attack. A rarity. Here's a chance for Rigby Barnes. Just cuts it off for the Magpies. So the Magpie defenders up to the task. Get it across. Kick it to me, Matty Yench. He gives it to Grivell. Who nurses up the line to Hayden. Sliding in. He's got support from Hayden. This time it was Williams who slid in. Here's Hayden again. Got it out towards Williams. Finally they get it forward. But cut off there by Nathan Dunn.
Yep. So Dunn near the light tower. For the Woods. Their last goal was the 18-minute mark of the first term. Roberts versus two Blackwood players. Bennett's, I think it is, works it up the wing. Cole Cheney.
Oh, and he got one in the...
Jason McCarthy there. Just
I think it was an accident,
Yeah, that
boys.
was an
I
accident.
think it was an
Just,
accident.
That's not the best feeling on a wet day, having the old...
what, getting the sore
Rotten,
fizz.
rotten or snoz.
right in the schnoz there. Cheney, the captain. Looks like he's all right. Ball up towards the half-forward line. Hoff worked off it. In fact, the umpire said he was held on to. Left half-forward line for the Pies, who leads 15-9 to Blackwood 2-3, 20-minute mark of the third term.
Cooper Hoff been pretty handy this afternoon. He's a small forward in these conditions. Meanwhile,
Yeah, blood rule
blood rule finally looks
on
like
Cheney.
on
Cop one
Cheney.
across
Yeah.
the face there.
Yeah, accidentally from
Blood
Jacob
nose.
McCarthy. So Cheney leaves the arena for a while. So it looks like Leak to come back on to replace the skipper.
Here's an interesting stat for the day, boys. I think it was 3 hours 42 minutes. Gabe was on the phone to Qantas,
Wow.
waiting to book the flights to Cairns.
Then found she had the wrong number.
Yeah, so well done, Gabe. Top effort.
So, action back with Cooper Hoff. So
You been to Cairns before, Rob?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times, mate. Just a winter getaway.
There comes out here. Lurking, desperate defence. I think it's Bennett's there. Finally, the ball comes out here. Tempted shot over the head
over
by
his-
I tell you what.
Luke
who was that,
Roberts.
Leak? No, it's a long sleever, so it might have been actually Nightcamp, Cooper Nightcamp.
They've cracked the 100 mark,
So minor
as in score. 15 goals, 10 now, 100 to Blackwood, 2-3-15. So the Woods will kick in here.
Baldacera.
Baldacera. He kicks it out towards the half-back flank.
Oh.
Perling all by himself. He's going to have a shot at hit goal here, the big fella. No, he's just outside his range. Kick inside the forward pocket.
Who's by himself?
Beautifully. Oh, Hill.
Hill.
Thought it was a nice kick, but it's gone off hands, out of bounds. Boundary throwing inside 50 for the Pies. They are 15-10, 100. Blackwood 2-3, 15. Hahndorf will be coming home towards the broadcasting position or the club room end in the final term. Currently kicking towards the Pine Avenue end of the ground in this third term, and it's been all them since early in the first quarter. Hemble over the top, meantime for the Woods, trying to go to Oscar Hodge. Matt Tuck, he's wrapped up in the tackle. Centre forward area. In fact, that wasn't Matt Tuck, that was James Hopton.
22 minutes gone, boys.
22 minutes gone. 100 points to 15. Hahndorf lead. Troy Parker balls for the Pies. One step Bain kick inside 50. Nice work there by Salt. One-on-one contest. Got the handball out. Tried to go. Beautiful attack on the ball there from the Woods. I think that was Oscar Hodge. He'll get the player shortly. He works it up the wing. Finds a teammate there in Venning who's kicked the goal. He in turn goes to Edward Vandenberg into the middle of the ground by Benson. So Benson, Daniel Benson switches play out towards teammate. Patient build-up, zigzagging approach near the interchange bench for the Woods. Patient pass over the top, finds an explosive Matty T on the lead.
So Matty T, wing area. He'll go in. Boyd, he's got a lead here from Rivermore. Bouncing ball over the cricket pitch. Gathers it. Gives it a big Zeven boom. Big Sammy puts it out towards the flank. He's got space out here for his teammate. Vandenberg, will it sit for him? Yes. Vandenberg nurses up the line of Phil Hopton. And the big man hasn't had the best of days, Big Phil, but trying to crack this defence is pretty hard. He puts it in the ball, who sums up the days. He drops the simplest of marks. And just on it like a Rob Strewwood on a tray of chips was Hopgood. So the ball held up there.
Ducked his
So
head.
Moore had the opportunity there for
He should have marked that.
Ruck Jewel.
Oh.
Matt Roberts got it down to Benson, trying to shrug his
tackle.
way through. Test a streak there with Trent Mail. Nil draw calls umpire rule. Will come in and ball it up. So Matt Roberts, Hopton, push shove, ball over the top. Chuck, well done, threads his way through, curls it back towards the goals. Coming to meet it was Dykesman, mopping up is the Stallion. Nurses overhead of Williams. Sticks out the Dukes and takes a pretty good one-hander.
Beautifully done. They're on the Pies. Williams kicks it out towards the wing. Who's there? It's 1-on-3, 2-on-3. There's a bit of cavalry arriving, and Ingram along with Hill, but the Woods lovely corralling by Ingram. That's beautiful.
Baldacera.
They didn't know what way to go. Ingram's off to the races, runs past Blackwood's interchange bench, pop up pass to Hill, who was helping him out there. Beautiful
well
work by Hill, got the handball over the top. Here's a chain of handballs. Ingram follows up his own work and has a flying shot at goal on the left, kicks the goal.
Great running goal.
I've thrown the paper because that's great running play.
A great running goal, boys. Great team play. All the young
Great
fellas.
team play.
How many is that today, Pistols?
For Nicky Boy, our boy,
Yep.
that's only
Two.
second,
2.
but he's been involved pretty well. Now, we had out here, and we had Baldacera
That was a
and his
1-on-4.
teammate. Yeah, 1-4.
And then they came in
I
with
thought
two
they'd worked
players.
it out. Yeah, I think about me, Milson with him. And
then Hill and
yeah,
Ingram
just
come in.
corralled him nicely. So, and as I said before, the turnovers, they make you pay for it. So,
That's
Hahndorf.
another 6-goal quarter, Rob.
So 6-10, 2-3, 25
Yep.
minutes just about to go. Parker Paws trying to shrug his way. He comes out the back door to Mail. Here's a chance,
That's-
stolen by Matty Tuck. Under pressure, got a handball forward, but Hahndorf defence. Here's Ingram. He's everywhere. Nicky puts it across here.
Watch
Hot
out.
ball for
Oh, no,
Hopgood.
it's fine.
Gets it forward up here towards Nykamp. He's come up the ground. I bet he's under pressure there from Dunn. They go to ground. Well done. Dunn holds the ball in desperately. Waits for the cavalry to arrive. And umpire T-Bar. Ball held in.
That was well done.
It was because out the back door they're in trouble.
12 goals in a row now for Hahndorf. Ball up, half forward line for the Pies. Parker Bors coming through. Also was Trent Mail. Heading towards the 26-minute mark. Blackwood's last goal, as I said, 18-minute mark of the first term. Pies have piled on the goal since then. They kicked 6 in this term, kicked 6 in the first, kicked 4 in the second. Centre half forward area for the Magpies. Here's Trent Mail. Got a handball out to Parker Bors. One step, snap towards the forward pocket area.
Petrenko?
Is that a mark or is it gone out of bounds?
Through
Gone
for
out
it.
of bounds.
Yeah.
Last,
point.
Point, sorry.
Point, Goldie.
So it's now 107-15.
92 points.
So it looks like Baldacera been under siege all day as a lot of his Blackwood defensive teammates brings the ball back in for the Woodsman. As the rain starts to drift in again, and I tell you, that just about sums up the day as it drifts over the line. So the resultant free kick will go to Cooper Nykamp for the Pies.
I don't think... Oh, he kicked one. He's kicked one, isn't he?
Yep, just the one. We don't need him to get going if you're a Blackwood supporter. Ball comes off hand from Bennett. Leaving kick out here once again, and that's
that's a good mark.
Yeah,
and that hurt.
Yeah, Nathan Dunn, good contested overhead.
That would have hurt,
mark.
Goldie.
So Dunn, as I said, he's batted
That's
pretty
why I'm
well
up here.
in the back half. As the misty rain starting to drop in here. 26.5 minutes gone. Third term at German Arms Oval. Trust you're enjoying the call of the wild. Gets across to the Baldacera. Has really had a interesting day. He's struggling. He's collared again.
It's gone.
I tell you what, he's the master of the collard.
It's gone. Collared. Tight on the boundary line. Who we got here?
White boots might be Zed
Xavier
Parker.
Parker. He's on a good side here.
Yeah,
Wheels
left
around
foot.
on that left boot. Snaps towards goal.
Point.
That's a point. So they tick over now to 16-12, Rob. 108 to 2-3-15.
93 points, Goldie.
Edging towards the 100-point mark for, I think, the sixth occasion this season. Of course, in the last outing, Hahndorf trailed at three-quarter time against Uradler prior to the interleague break. And they've certainly hit back today in overcast and wet conditions here from Hahndorf, German Arms Oval. Kick out towards the wing. Parker Bors. Slapped out into the middle of the ground. Here's Perling. Beautiful chain of handballs. Oh, interception. Oh, going in, Trent Mail. Kicks forward, deep inside 50. Luke Roberts backing back on the siren. Three-quarter time. 16-12 Hahndorf. Blackwood 2-3. 28-minute quarter.
Well, what can you say, Benny? 1 point scored by Blackwood. Came into this game third spot, playing the undefeated competition lead, and they've scored one behind since quarter time, and really doesn't reflect the effort they've put in, but it just does reflect how tight and miserly and just still play at 10-tenths all the time, this Hahndorf side.
Yep.
No easy kicks out. There's the
Mighty
Seagrave.
Seas come out here. Maybe we'll have to stay on air later, boys, to have a bit of a view of the Seagrave. I think they're playing Malang here this afternoon after this, the major game.
Yeah.
But in the A-grade curtain raiser here, it's Hahndorf 16-12 leading Blackwood 2-3. Just go through a few three-quarter time scores, boys. Country Division, Kangarilla 8-4, Meadows 3-6. So Meadows at least kicked a couple of goals. Raiders 3-4. Mount Barker 2-5. So going to be a grim final term up there at the Summit Sports Oval. Nan Bremer 6-8 leading Achunga 4-5. So Kenda Rams.
Maybe the second half of the year.
Maybe the Rams. What? Get on the Rams.
Yeah, get on the Rams, boys.
Yeah.
We're there next week, I think. No, week after.
No,
week after.
All right.
Indy-
Perhaps someone who's got
Hang
something.
on, you got to turn
Hang
it
on,
on, Indy.
turn it on.
Perhaps someone who's got something a little bit more sensible.
Turn the mic on.
We'll go down to Indy.
Yep. We've got it on, and more importantly, I think it's time to know a particular statistic, courtesy of Jaden, of course.
There we go. What do you got?
He
JJ.
explained here that the average score Hahndorf receive against Blackwood at this oval is 92.9. They're currently sitting on 114 points, as we know, compared to Blackwood's 15. Blackwood's average score here at this ground is 61.8, so they have 15 points at the moment. And of course, the average score in general between the two teams, 77.59 and 53.4. It's certainly looking like some of the recent affairs we've seen between these two teams, though. In particular, the one last year and the year prior at this oval as well, where it just seems like Blackwood find it extremely difficult to score at this oval. But particularly in that quarter, I noticed that a lot of the repeat inside 50s for Hahndorf, and they had 20 in that quarter, came a lot from the rebound 50s from Blackwood. None of their rebound 50s were working. They seemed to botch up the simplest of small disposals, but also their longer balls never seemed to equate to too much either, and they've certainly struggled getting out of the defense. Certainly going into next week, Blackwood will look for some better composition coming from the defensive half, and they might want to make an early start here because without a doubt, the floodgates are open and they're overwhelming them at the moment. But if they want to earn some type of consolation prize, I suppose it's time to show the brand of football that we know they're capable of.
Thank you very much there to Indy. As we repeat, three-quarter time, Kangaroo 8-4, Meadows 3-6, Raiders 3-4, Mount Barker 2-5, Nairn the Bremer 6-8, Chunga 4-5, Loberthal 11-7, Mount Lofty 10-3. So the Tigers have just stuck in front there. What's that 10-point margin? Three-quarter time at Goat Park.
At Goat Park?
No mud there. No mud there. No.
Kicking down the hill or up?
There'll be more mud here. Mount Lofty. Done a lot of work there, as you know.
No, the ground's
the
one of the better grounds going around.
And I tell you what, some of these C-grade boys,
they're
Benny
not
Goldfinch, I know you're the number one ticket holder here. You'd be pretty impressed with the depth that the club
I think
have.
they're undefeated, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Coached by Shane Squires, is it?
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
think so.
I'll tell you what, some likely lads out there.
I've got to know my teams, mate, because we're Mortgage Choice sponsor.
Well, so you should.
Good, great football club.
So, and of course, Malang will be their opponents here in the Super C grade match.
Good to see them involved too, Pistols.
Yeah, they're like, as we said to Kieran Spawn, Murrayville, little country, not comparing the two clubs, Murrayville and Malang, but you need those little clubs to keep the community going, and they have the one team, and I think they're one of the oldest footy clubs in South Australia, Benny. Well over
Good
100
oval.
years old. Yeah,
I think I played cricket there.
Yeah, Malang.
How'd you go down there, Benny?
Yeah, we won.
Tennis?
Haven't played at
Did you
Malang
get
in
that?
tennis.
Did you get that triple bounce wicket down there?
No, that was at Nan.
Oh, man.
Hang on, what's this?
Yeah, first ever wicket I got in cricket, the ball bounced twice.
Is
It
it
was
allowed
illegal
to?
delivery.
Legal?
Because the second
And that's-
ball bounced in the area where it's around the
And-
wicket. I don't know,
and-
Rob, but I
and-
clean bowled the guy
and-
with my deceptive spin.
And that was before the second piece of matting.
Yeah.
Really?
The ball bounced twice. He looked at me and thought, oh, here we go. And he tried to tee
We
off.
just learn something every time we do something.
Well, that's
boys.
why
That's
we try to entertain, and
That's
that's what we
good.
do.
I
And
played
here
one-
comes the
one-
rain.
That's Robbie Sherwood runs for
Crikey.
cover, and you're quite right. The
Bloody hell.
rain setting in here.
Stats that matter, it's raining. There you go, that's number one.
And if the situation isn't more dreary for Blackwood, as I said, the rain closing in here, and it's going to be a bit of a gloomy last term. So we're underway. Last term, quarter to while. Blackwood well in charge, 16-12, 2-3. Ball held in there, trying to burst his way through was Williams. Hands it back to umpire Rule. So up they go again. Roberts, Sievenborg, got the ball down, stolen by Tuck. The reigning medalist gets a high kick towards the winning area. Camped under his airman, Nicky Ingram. Takes an uncontested mark. So Nicky Ingram been pretty handy this afternoon, that's for sure. Goes long up the flank area. Target there was
Oh,
Salt.
that's decisive. That's the
And
last touch.
decisive.
That
last
was
touch there by
what's that thing on
Nathan
the
Dunn.
bounce?
the
the
golden
fist.
fist.
Gab's
Golden
here
fist.
with his supplies.
Here's our man.
So-
Our red wine man.
So, throw in. So, ball comes down there, taken by Pucker Pos. He's got support here of Ingram. He's everywhere, Benny Goldfinch. Puts up his Lukey to Dookie. Up he goes.
Oh, good
grab.
On
Great grab.
to Bigger Lukey Roberts. Had a quick look to see the
keep you
distance.
warm,
He's got an unmanned goal square. But I tell you what, his old man won't be happy with that kick as it bounces out. Last touch here, I'd suggest. So, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Nice. Some red wine Thanks to Gav Dogie. Some red wines arrived here,
Dallas
Rob,
has
to keep
gotta
us
keep
warm.
the-
It is on in the it's
Dallas
on the
has
big
got-
screen in the club,
I
boys.
tell you what,
Dallas
Rob-
has got to keep the camera steady.
Rob, this might be a bit of a shadow de floor.
Shadowed.
Oh, look, it's really starting to intensify in the rain. All right, let's see if the Woods can get a goal on the board. Oh, push out. Oh, they're having a bit of fun there. Meantime, on the wing, is that Fairman? I think it's Fairman involved there.
Jackson
Pistols.
Fairman, written into the ground.
One of the last times Blackwood played here, I think the only goal they scored was the last kick of the game, if I remember correctly. Phil Hopton.
Yes.
Last kick of the game, they got a goal on the board. So they haven't travelled the best here, so hopefully they can recover next
Williams.
week, because they're a good side, and that's gone last touch out of bounds. Free kick here for Blackwood. Patrick Hillard, 16-12, Hahndorf to Blackwood, 2 goals,
I tell you
3.
what, Robbie Sherwood, that's hit the spot. Nice little touch of red there.
Nice,
Reminds you
Rob.
of the old days playing when the hip flask could come out, Rob.
Yep.
Tuck with the ball. Last year's male medalist for Blackwood in the peltering rain. Just Hahndorf players.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. He's found a player out here, but that's the last touch. That's out
Benson.
of bounds.
Yeah. Actually, it's a clever kick because off one step he nearly picked out Benson on the boundary.
Throw it in. How's
Yeah,
that?
throwing
Throw
it in.
Well,
Don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't argue with the academy.
No,
boy.
no.
So Ruck Jules, Evenboom gets it down. Taken by Parker Byers. Good handball over the top. Finds Hopgood. Goes forward. There's Sammy
Hill
Hill.
from
Just
position.
moved in front of Baldessero. He's had an afternoon to forget, I'd suggest.
Someone like Sam Hill there.
So Sammy Hill.
Has he kicked a goal this halfway, boys? Or?
Sammy Hill, no. Yet to get on the... we must see how many actually have kicked goals this afternoon.
Here come a couple of fillies on the right.
Don't forget to turn your lights off.
But unselfishly, he's put it to Sammy Williams, who now has the chance to kick his third, Robbie Sherwood. In fact, we should have known the tone of the script when Williams kicked the opening goal in the first 90 seconds of this game. So they've careered away here, currently 16-12 to 2-3. So Williams, wet ball, kicking into the mist, and he'd be some 45 metres out. It's dead in front, though, as he kicks it. And I tell you what,
Number 3.
Rain, hail or shine.
the Hahndorf
Clinical.
crowd under the veranda love it. And Williams has kicked the first one at the final term.
All right, Rob, that's...
101?
No, that's 99 points
99 now.
So that's 17-12, 114 to Blackwood 2-3. So that is now...
15 goal,
Let me
9,
tally
99.
7.
That's right, Littlehampton Primary School maths.
13
is
goals
superb.
in a row. 13 goals in a row. So back in the
Still
middle.
19-minute marks in our first quarter.
How's
since they kicked
how's
first.
Dallas's lens looking? Oh, good. Yep, no smudge on the lens. We can see the ground. It's quite well. The rain's intensifying. Back in the middle, we've gone 5 minutes in the final term. The margin's 99
all right.
points. Another clinical display. High scoring despite the conditions. Impressive performance from Hahndorf, as Indy and Jaden have outlined. Haven't lost here since 2016. Thump kick out towards the wing by Jens. That's a Hail Mary sort of kick. Out towards Roberts' territory. Xavier Parker Bors
Hodge.
pins his opponent Hodge towards the boundary line. Ball kept alive.
Whoa.
Pummel driving into the ground there with a
Done.
beautiful stuff.
Well, Bulldoggy at
Yep.
Maribel Rodeo there, Goldie. But
Lights are on.
Yep.
So
So
just pick up the play.
So up they go. Roberts unopposed, gets it down. Clearing kick forward. Cooper Nykamp sliding mark there, takes it. Interchange players in the background. You think they'd be in under shelter, but all the trainers are in under there, Goldie.
Yes.
So high ball. Here's a chance once again for Lukey Roberts. Got his hands to it. Good work there by Baldessero. Gets a high kick away. Here comes Perling. And the big man just lurks
Oh,
across
that's
the back
brilliant.
of the
That
pack.
is actually brilliant.
Takes a chest mark. Just
That's an incredible mark.
yeah,
in
just
the
reads it
conditions.
so well to go. Puts it up the line with a finish, follows up with a kick. Pinpoint accuracy to Parker Bos.
Yep.
The Tory variety, so right in front of the coach's box. He goes high. Roberts will be the target. Bennett's in opposition. Roberts got it fumbled. Here's a
Oh,
chance
Petrenko.
working. Petrenko, it's set. No, foot
got a
goes
player
to
on
the
the
well
try
done.
touch it to Ingram. Well,
Yep.
it's set for him. Nicky crumbs it. No, goes back,
Oh,
gathers it,
bit of
gets it back.
showtime.
Oh, intercepted by Venning. Coming through is Hayden. Tucks in there, put his hand over the ball, comes out here through Benson, got it to Hilliard, kick smothered. Here's Hayden,
Oh, high
don't
tackle.
argue, as he tries to barge through Vandenberg. 0-0 draw calls, umpire rule will come in and ball it up.
6 minutes gone in the final term. Hahndorf 17-12 leading Blackwood 2-3, 99 point in the margin. Hahndorf have won 5 games over 100 points this season. Looks like number 6 coming up. Tuck stripped of it. Got a kick away somehow. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
He's
Taken
been
overhead.
good.
Nice mark there by Trent Mail.
He's been good today, boys.
He'll kick the ball forward here for the Pies. Roberts is presenting constantly. Goes in his territory once again. At the back here's Xavier Parker-Bors. Blackwood players, Hodge. He's been good, and he's wrapped up in a tackle 30 metres out from the Pies goal, kicking towards the club room end in this final term. Rain is pelting down.
Oh, Zevenburn.
Zevenburn went too early. Luke Roberts, free kick, and he'll go back. He's presented all day, Rob, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been a good focal point up forward.
Kicked 3
Missed
goals
for
in the last
3
term.
goal.
He's kicked 4 goals for the match. He'd have to be right up there, especially if he... So he's kicked 22 goals for the season. This is lining up for his 5th for the day, Luke Roberts. Coming back nicely into this Hahndorf lineup this year. You talk him up, and he's missed it. 100 points to margin,
So what's that, their 5th 100-pointer for the year? 6th?
I think.
So, ball to Sarah to bring the ball back into play. Runs out the square. Blackwood seeking their first goal since quarter time. Puts out towards Hopton territory. 1 grab, 2 grab by Dunn. Goes to ground. Ball locked in under him. So the umpires will come in and board. Umpires have done a pretty good job. Umpired pretty sensibly today in these conditions. Umpire bar and rule, let the game flow, but protected the player, which is the main thing you want to see. Toe pokes forward by Banish. But out here, the only man there is our man Ingram. Sits nicely for him. Could have kicked it the Salton Lee. Goes long towards Lukey Roberts. 1 grab, 2 grab.
He is
and
brilliant.
Lukey is on fire.
Just puts the mitts up again. Takes a beautiful overhead mark, no matter the conditions. This is a great performance in the wet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a great grab.
So Luke Roberts, even these conditions, gets the mitts to the ball, and 9 out of 10 will mark it. So Lukey, the chance for number 5, which would be pretty good performance in these conditions. Drop
he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it, says the fireman. And why not? He is on fire with his 5th goal. At the 8.5-minute mark, Luke Roberts has kicked Hahndorf 2nd for the term. They just march off into the sunset. Rob, I think there's 18.
Yeah, that's
18-13 through the miss to 2 goal.
2-3.
3.
So it's 16 goal, 10 boys. What's that, 106 points?
Yep, 106.
So just becoming a procession.
So...
What are we, 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes into the last quarter?
18-13, is it? Yes.
Yep. So 16 goal, 10 goalie. 16 sixes, 96.
Have to add it up in a sec. Meantime, Parker-Bors sets upon opponent there, and Hillard didn't strip him of it. Held up on the outer side wing.
I tell you what, boys, the conditions here, to say the least, are difficult. Obviously, the sun must be shining out at Kersbrook Oval, 3/4 time. Kersbrook 27-11, lead Torrens Valley 1 behind.
Oh, no.
Socket off the ground, free kick for Blackwood.
So after consecutive losses, the Brookers are back in business.
Beefy would have probably sorted them out there.
Chewed their ear off.
Tuck kicks towards the half-forward line. Backing back once again was Cheney. He's got the tape on the face now after that head clash earlier. Ingram. Parker-Bors went up. Ingram with the kick. Nice work there by Dunn.
Yep, he's played pretty well this
Yeah,
afternoon.
he's been one of their better ones.
So Dunn with the ball. 18-13 to 2-3. Hahndorf on top. Baldacera. Flick over the top.
He didn't want it.
He didn't want it. Oh, counter-attack. Xavier Parker-Bors got players on. Petrenko. Here go Hahndorf. Petrenko, little toe poke over the top, back to Sam Hill. Luke Roberts darting around in the forward line, looking for number 6. He says, kick it to me. That's where he goes to. Roberts. That was shinned off someone. Maybe Bennett's over the top.
we go.
Here's a chance for Nightcamp. Good tackle. Got a handball away to Hayden. Luke Roberts was in space. He goes backwards to Petrenko. Petrenko goes to Hopgood, and that's a leg, as Pistols said, and Petrenko will go back and have a shot at goal.
Poor old Jack Baldacera, I think he's gunshot. He's been corralled one too many times this afternoon. So,
calculator.
Petrenko.
Just adding up here, Rob, the score.
Yep, 106, mate.
The pup chance here for his 3rd. Kick 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Missed out in the 3rd, but here's a chance to get on the board in the 4th. So, Petrenko, 76 AFL games for the Adelaide Crows. And just touched over the boundary as a goal line there for a minor score. But
I reckon that was a goal, boys. Because I got the perfect side
Yeah,
on view.
no, well,
And I reckon,
you're questioning Robbie Wild there? Honest Rob?
yeah.
So, Baldacera, drop punt.
He's got a beautiful kick on him.
He has, gets it out there. Ingram involved, good fist away there by Jacob McCarthy. Oh, clean bowled Dykesman who tried to pick it up. But the Woods into attack. First to get there will be Rigby Barnes if it sits for him. Gathers it cleanly. Tries to break away. He's got support there from Perling. The goat goes to ground. They swarm over the top of him. And umpire T-Bar on the spot says, I will have it. So nearly 12 minutes gone here. And I think the Blackwood boys would no doubt be counting down the siren. They've probably been doing it since midway through the third quarter, Goldie.
Yep.
That's 18-14 to 2-3. Can Blackwood get a goal? Goalless since quarter time. Once again, umpire Bar will come in and recommence play. High pitch by T-Bar. Fisted forward. Finally a clearing kick there by Zed Parker Bowles, I think. Is the white boots up here. Zavenberg. One grab, two grab, tries to claim it. Got it across there to Jimmy Hopton. Sliding attempt there by Dykesman. Goes to ground level. Oh, good endeavour there. I think Braden Hop good at ground level. Great second, third effort there for the Pies. And as I said, even though they're so far ahead, they certainly aren't taking the foot off. Probably with the depth of talent they got here, Benny, you can't afford to have a bad game. Because there's plenty of talent waiting in the wings here.
Lose your spot.
Because as we said, they had a good win in the reserves. A good game, 7-10. Hahndorf defeated Blackwood 7-7. But the A-grade are going to win by a lot more here. It's Trent Maher lose, but free kick, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, Sam Hayden, I think it is.
So Hayden switches play out for the Pies. They're on here if they use it nicely through Ingram. Leading nicely is Hill.
He's gone
over goes shorter option to Cheney. He's got the tape on the head. So Cole Cheney, the captain for Hahndorf. They lead 18-14 to 2-3. Sliding in with Salt. Ball hit the deck.
Oh, slips catch? No.
14 minutes mark. Can see the scoreboard easily. 107 points, Rob, now.
Yeah, 107.
Ball up centre wing, out of side. Blackwood's last goal, 18-minute mark of the first term. All Hahndorf since then. I think they've kicked 14 goals in a row. All slung to the ground.
Then go 10, obviously, for our boy Nicky.
Nick Ingram. So ball up from umpire Rule. Just inside the centre square area. Rucks go at it. Zevenboom nicely down. Fairman, I think that was involved. Benson sweeping handle over the top.
Oh,
hello. This is on Porker Boars. Here we go. Off to the races. Kicking 50 by Ingram. How's Sam Hill's pick up? Oh, it's beautiful.
Well
no matter
done.
the conditions. It's wet as well. How's this? Bit of Harlem Globetrotter stuff going on here. Slapped on by Salt. Back to Ingram. Tighten the pocket.
High tackle.
Got one on the
Umpire,
face.
if you don't mind. Air boy.
Gracious. He slapped one right in the
Air
face.
boy.
Oscar Hodge in tight confines. Benson works it up the wing.
Oh.
Cut off. Trent Mail
He's marked that.
over the
He's
boundary
completed
line.
them. Oh, well, like the goal line last night. Rob Shearwood down
Yes.
at Catville. So, Academy boy. He's braved the conditions well. Good toss in. Still throwing the ball well. Over the top. Leak. Got it down. Sharks his own ball and coughs it over. Going in there was McCarthy. Jacob goes to ground under pressure from Hopgood. Uncle Mark, of course, watching over there in the land of the Lungwork crowd. It's probably warmer in New Zealand at the moment, Goldie, I reckon, than here at Pine Avenue. Ball comes out. Held in there once again. Stacks on the mill, as they say, and umpire rule will come in. So just about 15 minutes to tick over in the final term. 18-14 to 2-3. Comprehensive win here for the Magpies. Ball comes down the mile.
No, here we go.
Backed up by Hopgood. Got it back towards a teammate there. Hopgood goes and gets it. Diving onto his young Fairman. Gutsy stuff there by the lightly framed Woodsman. And
Mail wrapped him up in a tackle.
wrapped up in the mail.
15-minute mark, out of side, 18-14, Hahndorf Blackwood 2-3 out towards the boundary line. Ingram sees it out of bounds to be a boundary throw-in.
He's been really good today, boys, hasn't he? He's had a lot of it, Ingram.
5 goals to Luke Roberts. He's been the best forward on the ground. Umpire throws it in nicely, done well. Flicked over the top by Leake. Of course, no Dan Roberts today, the big ruckman. Leake and Matt Roberts rotating in ruck.
Big Dan, he'd probably just be sitting home by the fire with the slippers on.
Yeah, no need to risk anything, the big man. Leake brings it down to ground level. Trent Mail coming through. Fairman got the handball away to teammate there, and Hillard in a dangerous position now for Hahndorf. Here's Hayden. Oh, nice work, Hillard. Botted up his own words. Soccers out towards the boundary line. Could go off the ground again. Opts to go and pick it up. Snaps it towards the half-forward line for the Woods. Diving at it there was Rigby Barnes for Hahndorf. Socket off the ground by T. Here's a good play from Blackwood.
Stole it up, Matty T.
Dribble through for a minor score.
Would have been a great individual.
2-4. Is that their first score in a while?
That's their third point since quarter time.
Yeah.
Third point since quarter time.
Yep.
So
2-4. 16, Rob. Hahndorf 18-14, 122.
106, back to 106.
So in the distance, rain getting heavier, if anything. Bouncing ball. Claimed there by Blackwood. Tackle there, not going anywhere. Behind the tackle there was Parker Boswick, or was it Hopgood, sorry. Hopgood with the white boots. So umpire rule said conditions difficult for everyone. Boundary umpires, goal umpires, field umpires and the players. But been a pretty good game of footy, played in good spirit. But Hahndorf just too good, as I've proved for so far this season. So the Magpies marching on towards a date in the last Saturday in September in the Hills Football League. Ball comes out the back. Tell you what, it'd be a good discussion. The current Hahndorf side compared to the 2001.
They're probably having that chat right now.
Yeah,
probably are.
And when you look at that Hahndorf side, that's some great footballers in that 2001. You know, the likes of Alfie Stevens, Matty Cooper, of course, Shane Grimm, Michael Fitzner, underrated defender. Goes on and on. So no doubt they'll be telling the current boys how good they were later on tonight.
Let Indy come into it, son.
He's eating those chips all day.
Oh, you want to come in the van, Indy? Come on in the van.
You
don't leave him out in the... You want to come in the van? You're right. Oh.
Good. I thought he's
You want any stats that matter, Indy?
Yeah, it's 4 degrees.
Not too much in this quarter in particular. Only the inside 50 count is 9-4. Centre clearances 1-2, and hit-outs are 12-7. So not too much occurring in this quarter. There's only been 2 goals scored overall as well, so there shouldn't be too much in the way of time on. It has been interesting, though. There's been a lot more tackling. It's been quite vicious.
Oh, he's empty, is he? Is he on?
Oh, he's empty. Yeah, it looks like your battery might have gone flat there, Indy.
We'll get him again.
But we'll get him back on. Meanwhile, ball coming out.
Yep, go again, Indy.
There we go, back to Indy.
So I was just going to say the basic stats for this.
Hang on. Nah, Indy. It's all right.
Hang on. Go again.
Go again. Go again. Indy.
Go again.
Yeah, so we got 12 hit-outs for Hahndorf to only 7 for Blackwood. We've got 9 inside 50s for Hahndorf compared to only 4 for Blackwood. They've actually had more centre clearances in this quarter, Blackwood, 2-1. There haven't been many centre clearances because there's only been 2 goals scored this entire quarter, so shouldn't expect too much in the way of time on. It feels like Blackwood have probably been trying to tackle this game with a bit more ferocity, which they certainly haven't been using the past 2 quarters. So I suppose the coach will tick that box, but yeah, certainly too little too late in this instance.
Cheney puts the ball forward towards the league over the top. Here's a foot race.
Here we go.
Taunton versus Petrenko. Gasai's coughed it up. Here's a chance for Hill. Sitfrin comes out the ball to Sierra. Working his leak. Here's Petrenko. Time for a bit more magic. Leak at ground level. Done. Fed out there by Hayden to Williams. To around the corner to Salt. It really hasn't been as lively as normal. In fact, that one's missed everything. Benny Salt. In fact, rare occurrence he hasn't kicked the goal for the game, Benny. Sometimes the cards fall for you, and sometimes you got to fold them, that's for sure. So
kick in here
Baldacera
for Baldacera, just in
Yep.
front of us.
right in the pocket, in the Dreammaker pocket.
He's looking for options. Goes with a short pass over the top. Done. McCarthy, sorry. McCarthy goes to the another. Oh, this could be turned over here. There's 2 Hahndorf players lurking. Might just get out of it here, Blackwood. They managed to get it into the middle of the ground. Oh, they've just got out of it nicely, and that'll be held up there in the middle of the ground on the outer side wing. 18-14, 2-5, 21.
That was a great
mark.
tackle,
Oh, it's a
wasn't it?
free
They
kick,
chased
I
him
think.
down, yeah.
Yep, Xavier and Parker Bors, I think.
Didn't give up.
Hopgood, they both got the white boots.
Well, Xavier's a left-footer, so we'll find out shortly. So Xavier Parker Bores, it looks like, kicks
Yep.
it out
Oh,
towards the
screwy.
half-forward line. Ingram's over the top here, 2-on-1.
Oh,
Nick
Nicky.
nicely. He's smooth, isn't he? Oh, the look-away handball over the top to Cheney. Cheney with a little nice kick. Oh, that's beautiful football. Troy Parker Bores takes the mark.
Nicky Ingram, he's doing it all here this afternoon.
Short pass inside 50. Here's your chance.
Oh.
Oh, no. Salt and Pepper dropped that one. Off. Oh, Benson through the legs.
Tackled on the ground was Banish.
Yep, I reckon Shaney's going off, boys. Look, it's a bit cold,
So
cold and wet for him.
So Benny Salt, and yeah,
Yeah, a rare drop.
disappointed with himself, but probably a miserable day. But we know what a good player he is. High standards. He sets himself up towards Hopton. 2 grabs at it. Pearling involved in there as well. Stacks on the mill.
Well, he's on a good player in Bennett's.
Well,
Absolutely.
they haven't given up, boys, have they, Blackwood lads?
No, as I said, their endeavour's been good. Could have put the cue in the rack. Far from that, but they just can't get that scoreboard return.
Yeah.
As I said, kicking 3 behinds since quarter time. Matt Roberts got the ball down to Parker Bowes. Strength allows him to get the kick away. Coming to meet it there. Zed Parker Bowes
here
gets
we
it out
go.
to Williams. He's been good. Gets a clearing handball.
Oh,
Coming to
crashing
meet it strongly is Nykamp. Dishes out the handball in direction of Parker Bowes. Toe poke forward by Benson. Got support from big Sammy Zevenborn, the big man, finding it hard to bend over in these conditions, and he's bundled over the line for a boundary throw in.
23 minutes gone.
Rain's cleared again, boys.
106 points the margin. Boundary throw in, out of side. Rucks go at it. Sam Williams, beautiful pick up in the conditions. Goes to Hopgood. Back to Williams, bit of show time. Handball over the top, snap forward by Trent Mail. Cooper Nykamp flicked it on beautifully to Parker Bowers. Snaps it inside 50. Here's a chance for Salt. What's he going to do here, Pistols? Oh, he's finally kicked the goal.
How's the way he trapped it?
That was just a bit of show time there
Yeah,
for the Pies.
little bit of showtime. Well deserved.
As I said, poor old, some days you shouldn't get out of bed. Poor old Jake Baldessera there tried the toe poke it forward.
Yeah, just
Got the
went-
bad bounce, missed it completely, and Salt's there to say, righto, I'll just wrap this up. So,
Well, we got Goldie, 17 goal,
112.
17 goal 9. So,
19 goals, 14.
yep, so 17 goal 9 difference. So that's 102.
112, Rob.
Yeah.
Back in the middle.
Oh,
Rucks went up. Ball hits the deck. Coming through, here's Benson. Stripped of it. Hillard tried to get a handball away to teammate there, is stripped of it. Here's Parker Bowles, an absolute ball. Here's Sam Hayden, snap inside 50. Here's the chance for Salt, flicked it on nicely to Hill. Salt could go in again. Oscar Hodge nicely working out of the defence. Combining there with Hillard. Edward Vandenberg, he goes to Benson for Blackwood. Kick into the middle of the ground. Chopped out by Williams. He'd have to be up there in the best. Zevon Boom flicks it on. Handballs to a stationary teammate. Just working the ball around. There's Hopton. He goes out towards the boundary line. Here's a chance for Vandenberg. He can collect it here. He does. He runs and gets onto that left boot. Kicks it towards the half forward, mate. Chopped out there by Mail. 1-on-1 contest. Here's a chance for Trent Mail. He kicks it up the wing. Comes to Sam Williams. Williams goes with a short pass. Ben Salt nicely on the wing there. Takes the mark. 112 points to margin. 25 minutes marked. And there it is.
game over.
so 19-14 to 2-5. The margin there, Robbie?
17 goals 9. So that'll be 96, 102, 111. I reckon, Goldie. What do you reckon? 111? The Littlehampton Primary School.
1 sec.
So 17 goals, 17 sixes are 102 plus 9.
So I can tell you, in lieu with the other games in around the district today, this has been a blowout margin.
Yeah, you're right, Rob.
111 points.
Here,
Final scores.
here we go. Look at his smiling.
Final scores.
He's smiling. What's up?
Raiders 4-5 have defeated Mount Barker 3-7. So the Raiders back
4
on the winning
points.
streak, and Mount Barker still not having won a game at their new home ground.
Yep.
Nan Bremer 7-9 have defeated Echunga 5-7.
Boys will be happy. Well done.
And, well,
Maybe it's because we weren't there.
Maybe it is. Lobethal, 11-7, have defeated Mount Lofty 11-5.
2 points.
So a
at
2-point
Goat
ball
Park.
game there, a 4-point ball game at Mount Barker, and what's the other one? 8 points or so
At Nan.
So in contrast, and then Kangarilla 10-5 have defeated Meadows 4-8. And as we said, three-quarter time, it was Kersbrook 27-11 to Torrens Valley, one behind. So I think the Brookers might get their chocolates out there.
They may.
And so we'll
No
try
Iron Bank score through
No, we'll try and
against
get
Gums?
Iron Bank, no.
I'll try to get that.
So, meanwhile, the mighty Super Cs have come onto the ground here.
Indy.
Yeah, thank
So,
you,
Indy.
Pistols. So, full time, the stats read 37 hit-outs for the game compared to 44 for Blackwood. This was the only major statistic we measured today which Blackwood seemed to come out on top in. And it's quite a shame to read up on, really, because they've had a very accurate ruckman who's able to direct his hit-outs and get a decent amount of centre clearances, because the final difference was 15-10 in favour of Hahndorf. 5 centre clearances for an over 100-point belting doesn't actually sound like too much. It's clear that they had a ruckman who could direct his hit-outs, but it just didn't seem like Blackwood's midfielders had a lot of composition. 77 inside 50s to 28 was the massive difference for the game. 49 extra inside 50s. And that's basically what made up the final margin that we see here, because the repeat entries Hahndorf were able to get came from pretty much everywhere. Not only were they able to punish poor rebound 50s and get very easy centre clearances, but more importantly than that, they utilised the ground really well, and it's very clear why they haven't lost here since round 8 2016. Blackwood didn't play the type of brand of football they're accustomed to today, and certainly for next week they're looking to bounce back with something a bit more their style. But without a doubt, today was a difficult learning lesson, and it was always going to be a tough ask to come up here and beat one of the current top 2 teams, seeing as Blackwood themselves are in the race for the top 2. But of course, it's a harsh learning lesson, and they'll need it now, of course, not in September.
Thank you very much to Indy Rogers, and well done throughout the afternoon, mate, in the face of some very difficult conditions out there, mate. Yeah. And is that a penguin sitting next to him? Is it that cold?
It has been chilly.
So, Hahndorf, as we expected, we had hopes of a very good game of football, 6-5 to 2-2 at quarter time. You thought, well, Hahndorf got the first couple of goals, Blackwood counted, and then they kicked away and got the last 2 in that first term, so it was 6-5 to 2-2, and then since then,
19-minute mark.
They've just careered away, haven't they? And what did we say? They've kicked 13 goals.
Well, let's just say they're not the only side to lose by over 100 points to Hahndorf this year. I think
So that's no disgrace. Yep.
And they only lost by 67 in round 1, and you thought, well, both sides improving with these conditions for Hahndorf. Got to take the hats off to them, and not only, as Indy said, one of the best sides in the Hills competition, I'd suggest going around in Country SA at this very moment. So you're looking at leading goal kickers, Lukey Roberts, day out, boys, 5 goals in these conditions. Great effort by the big forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Big
Sam
target.
Williams around the action.
And Sammy
3
Williams
goals.
with 3, bearing in mind he's a midfielder, so just drifting forward and doing all those hard things.
And the comb-over man.
Yeah, Nicky Ingram with 2, Petrenko with a bit of magic with 2, and others to Hoff, Nykamp, strangely, only the 1.
Yeah, only the one, yeah.
T. Parker Boz, Z. Parker Boz, Hayden, give it to me, Matty Yench, and Benny Salt. So when you look at some of the major usual contributors around the goals, Benny Goldfitch and Salt and Nykamp only getting the 1 each.
Just the microphone.
So, yeah. And for Blackwood, coming in the first quarter, Venning and Dykesman kicking the only majors that they scored this afternoon. So, yeah. And just repeating the final scores of the other games that were received. Lobethal 11-7 have held off Mount Lofty 11-5. Lobethal not actually scoring in the last term, boys, but holding on. Devils kicking 1 goal, 2. So obviously pretty tough conditions at Goat Park, and scoring opportunities very rare. So Lobe 11-7, Mount Lofty 11-5. Nan Bremer, well done to them, and Coach Lackenby and the faithful. As I
Second
said,
win of the
boys,
year.
we've seen them a bit, and they've been in positions against
Yeah.
Lobe and Uradler to have a chance to win. But
They've
finally
got
getting the job done.
They've got the Raiders next week.
Yep.
So, yeah, big chance.
7-9 to Achunga's 5-7. And the Raiders holding on and breaking, mentioned the Raiders, breaking that string of 4 losses. 4-5 to 3-7. So what's that, a 4-point ball game over the who I think of Mount Barker, given the fact Nairn have won, Mount Barker may well be the bottom of the table
2,
now.
yeah.
And Kangarilla 10-5 have defeated Meadows 4-8 in country division. So, Robbie Sherwood, just a couple of quick notes from you before we wrap up.
I don't know about you boys, but it's just good watching a good football team. And, you know, they're a class above.
You've got to appreciate for what they are.
Yeah, they are. And wet weather or dry. And right to the very end, they tackle like they tackle in the first minute of the game. So they're just relentless. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if anyone can catch them. You'd think, Lobe, although we've got that game in 2 or 3 weeks out at Loberthal.
Speaking of which, call the Wild next week. I think we're
at Onkers.
We're going to Balhanna Oval for the
yep,
first time.
Onkers, Hahndorf.
Dogs and Hahndorf. So looking forward to that
so
one.
That'd be 4th versus 1st.
And also I'd suggest in the maybe the second half would have our old mate Shane Collins coming along too.
We could do if
he's not signing autographs or showing everyone his
saw him at training
cubicle
on Thursday night as I drove past.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, the coaches and all that were in their tracksuits and that, and he was in his work attire.
No, of course.
Because he didn't have to be out getting cold.
That'd be right. He's probably got someone to
And thanks very much for tuning in on Lofty 88.9 Radio with Altitude and Call of the Wild Facebook, Call of the Wild YouTube.
Absolutely.
And a big thank you to the Hahndorf Footy Club for their hospitality, feeding us with chips and wine and beers. And
of course, we've got to thank Matt the Roadie, who was up at Sparrows once again to get us in a prime position. And as Goldie said, thanks to Chris Shaw Accounting for their support and everyone who's made this all possible. So that's it as we sign off here from German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. As Goldie said, thanks for tuning in, Australia-wide.
Yeah. Huddle on Wednesday night, boys.
Yes, the huddle on Wednesday
as usual.
night. And, we might get someone on from Onkers to talk about the big game coming up.
Yep.
So that does it. And for those watching in the club rooms, the greats of 2001, trust you enjoy the rest of your day, and even the blokes from 1971. Great day, anniversaries. As you know, Rob, the stories get better, don't they?
They do, 50 years, so that's great. Great achievement.
So, Hahndorf running out runaway winners here. 1914 have defeated Blackwood at 2-5. Thank you to you, Robbie Sherwood, for your input. Once again, Benny Goldfinch. Great work by you and everyone involved.
Well done, Pistols. Good call again, boys.
All right, so until we talk again, as I said, don't forget the huddle. Get on also the podcast.
Yeah, podcast on the website, lofty.org.au. Just click on the podcast section and go to the huddle.
All right, that just about does us as the light gets a bit gloomier even further here from Hahndorf Oval in the Adelaide Hills. This is Pistols on behalf of the Call of the Wild team saying thanks for joining us. Catch you next week, and until then, keep on chasing your goals.
The Call of the Wild is an HFL media production in association with Lofty Community Media. Listen to this match again at hillsfooty.com.